Baseball. It's America's pastime and Minnesota's passion. The all-new Neighborhood Sports Network, in partnership with the Minnesota Baseball Association, brings you coverage of the 2022 State Amateur Baseball Tournament. Coverage of this great Minnesota tradition is proudly brought to you by The Urgency Room, fast, flexible care. McDonald's, owners and operators of Minnesota and Western Wisconsin. Find your golden opportunity at mcdonalds.com/careers. Xfinity, a better way to watch. Think Bank, meet your money. The Star Tribune, your home for the best prep coverage. And by the Minnesota Twins. Get tickets for Town Ball Night at Target Field on September 10th. Live coverage throughout the Town Ball tourney can be seen right here on the Neighborhood Sports Network. That's NSPN.TV.
And welcome back to a Dundas. Aaron Worm with you for the final game here in Dundas tonight. Game number 3. Bird Island, the Bullfrogs taking on the Loretto Larks. Bird Island getting a first round bye. The Larks winning their game of last week, and we are ready for a baseball. Ben Lightman, center fielder, number 12. Bradley Koski, the first baseman, number 3. And Keaton Hotchkin, the third baseman, number 1, will lead things off for Loretto. They're going to face the lefty Josh Kingery, lefty for Bird Island. The Bullfrogs, one of the best nicknames in amateur baseball. And we are underway, first pitch or first strike. And it's 0-1. Game you just saw previous year in Dundas. Webster holding on for a 6-5 win against Monticello. 0-1 pitch also for a strike, and it's 0-2. So Leitner quickly behind 0-2. 0-2 pitch. That one's popped up right side foul territory. The first baseman Effering takes a look, and it's out of play. It's still 0-2. So Josh Kingery coming out throwing strikes right off the bat. And a good crowd. A lot of fans still staying around after that Webster victory. The Webster Sox move on to Labor Day weekend in their first ever state tournament. 0-2 pitch, a swing and a miss. He strikes out Leitner. Throws 4 strikes, quickly 1 down here in the first. Loretto, the second team out of Region 12, they beat Waterville 10-7. Back on Friday night, the first night of the tournament on August 19th, so they've had a few days off, 9 days off to be exact. First pitch just misses. It's 1-0. Bird Island, the winners of Region 4. They've obviously had some time off as well. 1-0 pitch outside, it's 2-0. Raymond Rockets, also out of Region 4. They won their first round game against Wanamingo. Got beat by Nisswa yesterday, 6-5. And that's a strike, and it's 2-1. Again, Keaton Hotchkin waits on deck. 1-0, 2-1 pitch coming. That's a swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. Loretta again out of a very good region. Hutchinson, they got beat yesterday, but Delano winning earlier today. 2-2 pitch on the way. Swung on and missed on a fastball. Strikes out Bradley Koski. And quickly 2 down here in the first. And I don't know much about Bird Island. By talking to others in the media, I've heard a lot of good things about the Bullfrogs. And it starts their pitching, Josh Kingery. Struck out the first 2 guys. Keenan Hotchkin steps in, the third baseman. Hotchkin wears number 1. So Loretta trying to get something going with 2 outs here in the top of the first. And the pitch, over for a strike, it's 0-1. We've done some cloud cover. Again, there is rain in the forecast for later tonight. We're hoping that we are well gone from the ballpark before that moves in. Up high for a ball, it's 1-1. Winner of this game will get Red Wing coming up on Saturday. Labor Day weekend in the round of 16. 1-1 pitch is a strike, it's 1-2. Like I said, I don't know much about Bird Island, but this Kingery, the lefty, pitching well. Throwing lots of strikes, 1-2 pitch, strikes out the side. So Kingery strikes out all 3 batters he faces. And Loretta goes 1-2-3 in the top of the first. Half inning complete. Here in the Neighborhood Sports Network, Loretta nothing, Bird Island coming up. So Braden Tersteeg, where's number 11, second baseman, will lead things off here for Bird Island. After a Josh Kingery, a drafty from the Atwater Chucker, shut down Loretto. 3 up, 3 down, all via the strikeout. First pitch from Koski is inside. That's Caleb Koski. Corey Koski, of course, former Minnesota Twin. Playing with his sons on this Loretto team. 1-0 pitch. Over for a strike, it's 1-1. Again, Bird Island out of Region 4. Raymond took second. Wilmer took third. Wilmer just got beat by Delano earlier today. That's outside for a ball. It's 2-1. And Raymond, I think the Rockets were already eliminated. To double check. 2-1 pitch. That's a grounder to shortstop. Plays off the hop. That's Joshua Koski across the diamond. 6-3 putout. There's one down here in the first. Yeah, I think Raymond just had that game where they lost the lead to Nisswa. Yeah, Nisswa beating Raymond. So the lone team from a Region 4 is Bird Island. So Trent Athman, number 15, center fielder, steps in for the Bullfrogs. Yeah, love the nickname, love the uniforms. First pitch from Koski, that's hit. That's going to be a base hit in the right field. So Athman gets the first base runner for either team, and he's on with the leadoff base hit. Sean Dollarshell, the third baseman, number 17, steps in. And a great crowd still sticking around for the final game. And we thought at first there'd be another game after us, but they moved those games to the late game in Faribault and the late game here in Dundas. Both games moved to Waconia, where Waconia is taking on Fergus Falls after Delano beat Wilmer by the score of 5-0. So an 0-1 pitch coming from Koski. Runner on first, 1 out, just underway, bottom of the first. These teams trying to punch some of the final tickets to Labor Day weekend here in Class C. 0-1 pitch, that's a little number. Got to wait for it to come down. It finally does, over to first, and he's out. That's Cook, Ken Cook at first. He had to wait a long time over to Bradley Koski, the first baseman. It's a 4-3 putout, and Athman moves up to second. So Logan Swan, the left fielder, number 4 hitter, steps in with a runner on second, 2 outs. Bird Island trying to strike first. Logan Swan, high school Redwood Falls, college North Dakota State. Koski checks the runner at second. First pitch to Swan. That's hit the opposite way. Coming as the right fielder. He's going to pull up. He'll make the catch. Nice hustle there by Tyler Maher. And Bird Island's retired in the first. They get a 1-out base hit and they strand him. No runs off of 1 hit. Runner left on base and no errors. Inning complete from Dundas here in Class C action here on the Neighborhood Sports Network. Loretto and Bird Island, no score.
All season long, you've gathered with friends, neighbors, and family at ball yards all across Minnesota.
Still going, gone! A home run!
Diamonds that define hundreds of communities. Town Ball binds together our passion for baseball and our hometowns. And on September 10th, the cornerstone of Minnesota baseball, Target Field, will host a party for all those who play, watch, and support Town Ball. The Twins host the Guardians at 6:10 p.m. Prior to the game, the champions will be honored in a ceremony at Town Ball Tavern, and all Town Ballers will be invited down to the field for a special pregame ceremony. Wear your team colors and enjoy a special night at Target Field.
Field scaling back, has it measured. That's it! Air Freight Unlimited, your Class A state champions.
For tickets to the Minnesota Twins Tip of the Cap to Town Ball on September 10th, visit twinsbaseball.com/townball.
Top of the second, Loretto coming the bat. Thank you. Appreciate that. We're in the second. So it'll be Maher, Corey Koski, and Kent Cook. 4, 5, and 6 to face again Logan Swan, who's a drafty. He's got a green uniform on like the rest. He blends in, but he is a drafty. That's down low for a ball. It's 1-0. It's a fun story. Corey Koski playing some amateur baseball with his boys. Down low for a ball, it's 2-0. Anytime you see him around the ballpark or anywhere, you say hi to Corey Koski. Such a nice guy. 2-0 pitch is popped up right side. First baseman's going to run out of territory. It's 2-0. But one thing about this Loretto team, they're known for having Corey Koski, but a very talented team. They were the number 8 seed in their region coming into the postseason. The Larks were, and they knocked off the top seed Delano. It eventually got beat in the championship game by Delano. They took the second spot. That's inside for a ball. It's 3-1. So again, the 8th team, the final team in the region. And Loretto advancing a state. So the 3-1 pitch coming from Kingery. That is over for a strike. It's 3-2. Got a nice crowd to wrap things up. Hard to believe weekend number 2 is almost in the books. Labor Day weekend coming up. 3-2 pitch fouled off to the side. We'll do 3-2 once again. Games, of course, will start on Friday night in Dundas, Meesville, and Faribault. It lasts all the way. Championship game in Class B next Sunday, and Labor Day, the championship in Class C. That's hit in the center. That's going to be a base hit. So Tyler Maher, after fighting off a 3-2 pitch, gets a base hit. And that's going to bring up Corey Koski, the DH number 47. So Corey Koski, the lefty, steps in. I'm sure it's a thrill for Twins fans. Koski spent a long time with the Minnesota Twins. He's from Manitoba. Grew up not too far from where my wife grew up in Manitoba. That one's hit deep to center, still going back. Julie Bing up and making the catch out there in center. That's Athman. And now the runner's going to hustle back to first base, but Corey Koski gave that one a drive, and a nice job by Athman out there in center to chase it down for a long out number 1, and Maher had to hustle his way back into first base. So 1 out, that's going to bring up Kent Cook, the second baseman. 365 to center. They have that big wall out there. Deepest part of the park is 370 in left center. Just got a piece of it. It's 0-1. Got a beautiful day in Dundas. Word is they received between last night and overnight 4 inches of rain here in Dundas. They put the field together. First pitch of the first game. It's the 0-1 pitch. That's a strike. It's 0-2. A little bit after 12 o'clock. So we're in game number 3. 0-2 pitch coming to Cook. Runner on first. 1 out here in the top of the second. Checks the runner in the 0-2 pitch. That's a little grounder. Over to second. Trying to turn 2. That's a 5-4-3 double play. Perfectly turned by Dollarshell over to Turksteig and Evering. So it's a 5-4-3 double play. So a leadoff base hit is retired on the double play. No runs off of 1 hit. No runners left on base and no errors. We head to the bottom of the second. Here in the Neighborhood Sports Network, a very affordable monthly fee and a yearly subscription gets you town ball, high school sports, and college sports. We have no score after an inning and a half on the Neighborhood Sports Network. So Tyler Hebrink, the left fielder number 10, will lead things off here in the bottom of the second. Find some stats. Tyler Hebrink this season. Like when the amateur teams do have a pretty nice website put together. That is down low for a ball. Hebrink went to Bold. College Bethany Lutheran. He's been with the Bullfrogs since 2012. As the first two pitches from Koski are outside the zone, it's 2-0 to Hebrink. 2-0 pitches fall straight back. This year he's batting a .266. 12 RBIs. He has 17 hits and 64 at-bats. He is a .326 lifetime hitter for Bird Island. Swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. So a 2-2 pitch coming. Number 5 hitter Hebrink. Effering the number 6 hitter, and Dylan Gass. The 3 to face the lefty Koski here in the bottom of the second. No score. And a 2-2 pitch. No. Time is called. Just a light breeze looking at the American flag to the right of us in front of one of the concession stands here in Dundas. Light breeze from left to right. 2-2 pitch at the opposite way, and that's going to be down for a base hit. So the second hit for Bird Island. They have the leadoff hitter on here in the second. So Aiden Effering, the first baseman, will step in. First baseman. High school is Bold. That's Bird Island. Is it Lake Lillian? I should know the rest. Dubuque. College for him. First pitch is fouled off. He's in his third season with the Bullfrogs, batting .348. 31 hits and 89 at-bats. Does have 1 home run, 19 RBIs for Effering. That's outside for a ball. It's 1-1. Again, nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Bird Island got a runner to second last inning. Could not score. Loretto had a base hit that was retired on a double play. 1-1 pitch. Inside, it's 2-1. Dylan Gass, the catcher, waits on deck. Again, talking to a lot of people in the media. Maybe a team that did not get the attention they deserved this year. 2-1 pitch inside for a ball. It's 3-1. Is this Bird Island team? I know in my bracket I had them getting beat by a Waterville. But Waterville got beat by Loretto. And the Indians, their tournament came to an end last weekend. 3-1 pitch. That's it hard right back up the middle, and back-to-back base hits by Bird Island. And the Bullfrogs have a couple guys on with nobody out for Dylan Gass, the catcher. I must have some numbers in the wrong spot here. So Dylan Gass is the shortstop. We'll get things all. He's in right. Apologize for that. Doing a game on a radio station and then made a quick move over to the stream side. So Hebrink is at first. Okay. So we got runners on first and second. Yet again, Dylan Gass, the shortstop, steps in. Give you some information on number 1, Dylan Gass. Bold. His school, Bethany Lutheran, college-wise. He's been with the team since 2012. First pitch over by Koski's over for a strike. Career hitter with Bird Island. He is batting .328. So a chance to put Bird Island on the board first. Runners on first and second. Nobody out. 0-1 pitch down low. It's 1-1. 3 hits already for Bird Island. Again, kind of different pitching styles. Josh Kingery, the draftee. Pretty good fastball. Not as hard throwing Caleb Koski. 1-1 count. Not showing bunt for a second is Dylan Gass. And Koski will step off. Yeah, make plans to be with us Labor Day weekend. If you can't, of course, the Neighborhood Sports Network's got you covered. All the games in Class B and C from Dundas, Meesville, and Faribault coming up next weekend. Welcome to the neighborhood. So a 1-1 pitch coming here to Dylan Gass. The runners on first and second, nobody out. Koski and the Larks looking for double play. And the 1-1 pitch coming here to Gas. That's a swing and a miss. Good fastball. It's 1-2. So a 1-2 pitch coming here to Gas. Koski and the Larks looking for a big strikeout here early in the bottom of the second. Checks back to second. And the 1-2 pitch. That's check swing. He went and he gets the strikeout. Gas goes down for a big out number 1 here in the second. That'll bring up Zeke Walton. Walton, the right fielder. Where's number 3? So after the first 2 runners reach on base hits, again a huge strikeout for Koski. And again, Zeke Walton steps in. Walton, graduate of Bold High School. College as Hibbing Community College. His second year with the Bullfrogs. This year batting .312. 24 hits and 77 at bats. 18 runs scored. He does have 4 home runs and 11 RBIs. So an 0-1 pitch coming to Walton. Koski peeks back to second. And the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. So Caleb Koski trying to make it back-to-back strikeouts. After again, Brink and Effering each had base hits. 0-2 pitch coming from Koski. Shakes off that sign. Didn't like the first one. Didn't like the second one either. And now time is called by Walton. Yeah, Koski want to make sure he gets what he wants. Not graduated. Caleb Koski still in high school. So the youngster with a lot of pressure. As the 0-2 pitch, off speed, just missed on top of the strike zone. It's 1-2. The Lark fans behind home plate, they wanted the call, did not get it. And it's 1-2. Getting 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Checks to runner again. Shortstop sneaking in from behind, and Koski will step off. So after a fast-moving inning and a half, things slowing down here in the second. Yeah, we do know there's rain in the forecast for later tonight. Checks the runner at second. 1-2 pitch. That's outside for a ball. It's 2-2. Yeah, Koski definitely taking his time now that he's in the stretch compared to the windup. So a 2-2 pitch coming to Walton. Brink on second. Effering on first. 2-2 offering. That's hit deep to left field. Way back, way back. That one is foul. Absolutely crushed by Walton. Again, we mentioned 4 home runs for him this season. And that one would have been gone if it was fair, but it just goes foul. So a 2-2 pitch coming here to Walton. As a pitcher just going, that's a long strike. 2-2 pitch coming. Checks the runner at second. And the 2-2 offering. Outside 3-2. We'll see if Bird Island puts the guys in motion here with just 1 out. Hear the sounds of the train here in Dundas. Train tracks not too far from the ballpark. Just west of us, what you'd call downtown Dundas. 3-2 pitch from Koski. Swung on and missed, and he strikes him out. So back-to-back strikeouts. He strikes out Walton after giving up that long foul ball. So he strikes out Gas. He strikes out Walton. And Jared Detman, the DH and number 9 hitter, steps in, trying to cash in on, again, back-to-back base hits to start the inning. Now Detman from Somerset, Wisconsin. Pitches outside, says college is Connecticut. He's in his 4th year with the Bullfrogs. Batted .360 this season. 18 hits and 50 at-bats, 2 home runs, 12 RBIs. Trying to add to that RBI count with a couple guys on, 2 outs in the bottom of the second. 1-0 pitch, that's down low. It's 2-0. Chris Gluntz, the catcher for the Larks. Again, things in Class B, the Final Four is set. Blaine beat one of the hosts, Dundas, over in Meesville. 2-0 pitch, that's inside. It's 3-0. So a 3-0 pitch coming. So the Final Four Chaplin Park held on to beat Moorhead earlier today. So Chaplin Park, Rochester, Blaine, and Meesville. Final four in Class B. 3-0 pitch outside, ball four. So after back-to-back strikeouts, a 4-pitch walk to Detman. And back to the top of the order for Braden Turksteeg. Turksteeg, the second baseman, grounding out to the shortstop at the top of the first. So a big at bat here early in this one in the bottom of the second. Bases full of Bullfrogs. No place to put Turksteeg. Get a couple of hits to start the inning. Then back-to-back strikeouts by Koski. Then that walk on 4 pitches to Detman. So Turksteeg from Bold High School, his third year with the Bullfrogs. This season, batted .305. First pitch over for a strike. 32 hits and 105 at-bats, 17 runs scored. Does have 5 doubles, 1 triple, 20 RBIs on the season. Looking to add to that count. 0-1 pitch from Koski. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. And Hebrink with a base hit. Effring with a base hit. Gass struck out. Walton struck out. And Detman walked. So Koski trying to leave the bases full here in the bottom of the second. 0-2 pitch coming here to Turksteeg. And the pitch up high for a ball. Good waste. That's 1-2. And sunshine peeking out. Been a mostly cloudy day here in Dundas. Current temperature 79 degrees. So a 1-2 pitch coming. And the pitch. That's hit hard. Shortstop. He's got time. Crossed the diamond. And the inning is over. That's Joshua Koski. Koski to Koski. Joshua to Bradley, a 6-3 putout. And Bird Island's retired in the second. As the Bullfrogs again get 2 guys on, but cannot plate anyone. No runs off of 2 hits. 3 runners left on base and no Loretta errors. 4 left on the base path so far for Bird Island. 2 complete here in Dundas. Score remains no score. 0-0 between the Larks and the Bullfrogs. You're watching coverage of the Class C State Amateur Baseball Tournament on the Neighborhood Sports Network.
Fast and flexible care. Count on the urgency room for expert medical care when you need it most. Visit us in person. Broken bone, chest pain? We're in Eagan, Vadnais Heights, or Woodbury. Online care. Sinus infection? Strep throat? We offer easy online care. Major to minor, we can provide the level of care you need. Visit urgencyroom.com. Mobile check-in now available.
We're into the top of the third. I did see the National Weather Service has issued a tornado watch, including Rice County, until midnight tonight. Pitch inside to Nathan Maher, the left fielder. Now the good news is, looking at the radar, storms are, according to Futurecast, not going to get through here until the 10 o'clock hour. 0-1 pitch, over for a strike, it's 0-2. 7-8-9 due up for Bird Island. So hopefully this game is well done and everyone is gone. Knock on wood, thank you. I probably jinxed it. A swing and a miss, strikes out. Maher, Nathan Maher is out number 1. The 4th strikeout for Josh Kingery. So Joshua Koski steps up. Koski to shortstop, number 8 hitter, wears number 5. Joshua Koski, Providence Academy, his high school. Augustana University, his college. Looks like all the Koskis at Providence Academy. So I'm assuming, and I could be wrong, but Caleb Koski not graduated. I assume he's probably at Providence Academy as well. 1-0 pitch down low. It's 2-0 to Joshua Koski. Chris Gluntz, the number 9 hitter, waits on deck. Again, Logan Swan has pitched very well. Not Logan Swan, Josh Kingery from the Atwater Chuckers, a drafty. That's 3-0. Definitely bringing it. So a 3-0 pitch to Koski. 1 out, nobody on. Strike on top of the strike zone. It's 3-1. So Waconia and Fergus Falls, that game in Waconia. And Waconia a favorite by many to win the whole thing. They're up 9-3. Called strike on the outside corner. Joshua Koski was ready to throw his bat. Umpire says stay right here. So 9-3, Waconia on top of Fergus Falls. 3-2 pitch, hit foul left side. With the 3-2 pitch once again. I know I had Waconia taking on St. Patrick in my championship game. With St. Patrick winning the whole thing. Winner of the Waconia Fergus Falls game is going to get Buckman coming up on Saturday. Ball 4. So Joshua Koski, he is the second base runner for the Larks. And Chris Gluntz, the catcher, number 22, will step in with a runner on and 1 out. You can go to the Minnesota Baseball Association website to find brackets, stats, and much more. I think it's minbaseball.com. There's a base hit the opposite way. Good piece of hitting. Rounding second and still coming is Koski. Throw comes in the third. He's going to be safe. It gets away. And the runner behind him is going to move up. So good hustle by Koski. That's great backup by the pitcher, Josh Kingery. If Kingery's not there to back up the third baseman, Koski's going to score. So a walk and a base hit. And again, both guys move up on the throw. And Ben Leitner with a chance here. The center fielder. Chance to put the Larks on top here in the third. Leitner, Wayzata High School, University of Minnesota Duluth. There's still 1 out. They're going to play back up the middle, so they will concede the run on anything hit to a second or short. First pitch over for a strike to Leitner. Well, Loretto trying to jump on top of Bird Island first. And he scored 10 runs against Waterville, a very good Waterville team last weekend. So you know the Larks can score. 0-1 pitch coming from Kingery. And the 0-1 pitch. Over for a strike, it's 0-2. Joshua Koski on third, Chris Gluntz on second. No runs, 2 hits, no errors for the Larks. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for Bird Island. 0-2 pitch. That one's hit hard to center. Is it going to hold up? Center fielder comes on. He'll make the catch. It held up. They're going to tag and score the first run of the game. Throw to third. So the sacrifice fly there by Leitner gets the job done. Joshua Koski scores. You can hear the Larks fans in front of us. It's a sac fly. RBI for Leitner, and it's 1-0 Loretto. So with 1 out, got the job done. Just need to hit one far enough to tag in the runner. So a nice job by Ben Leitner. And Bradley Koski, the first baseman. Koski 0 for 1. He struck out back in the first. So now 2 outs. Swing and a miss. And Leitner, who struck out to start the game, kind of picks himself up with a sacrifice fly to make it 1-0. So an 0-1 pitch coming to Koski. That's inside for a ball. It's 1-1. So Bradley Koski, Providence Academy for his high school, St. John's University when it comes to college. 1-1 pitch. That's inside. It's 2-1, and Koski ducking out of the way. So Loretto strikes first. Get after Bird Island had runners on second and third and nobody out in the bottom of the second and did not score. 2-1 pitch over. It's 2-2. So Kingery trying to keep it a 1-0 game. Sitting on third base is Chris Gluntz. 2-2 pitch. Fouled. It's still 2-2. 9-3 Waconia over Fergus Falls. That game in the 5th. Watertown playing the last game over in Faribault tonight. Try my bracket. Watertown gets Cold Spring. 2-2 pitch. Outside for a ball. It's 3-2. So after a Kingery, kind of cruise through the order the first 2 times, or the first 2 innings, I should say. Throwing a lot of pitches here in inning number 3. 3-2 pitch hit hard. Shortstop plays it off a hop. Nice play across the diamond. That's Gas. Gas over to Hebrink, and the inning is over. That's a tough play for the shortstop. Gas had to reach behind him. But he might have saved a run. I take that back. He did save a run. But Loretto strikes first. 1 run off a 1 hit. 1 left on base, and no Bird Island errors. We head to the bottom of the 3rd here in Dundas. 1-0, the Larks over Bird Island. You're watching coverage of the Class C State Amateur Baseball Tournament on the Neighborhood Sports Network. Well, a few updates, and of course you watch all these games on the Neighborhood Sports Network. Avon and St. Martin, they are over in Meesville. They're bringing my bracket on that game. They're in the 10th inning, tied at 1 apiece. Avon and St. Martin. They didn't say what inning the Watertown game was in. But Watertown and Cold Spring, that's a 3-3 game. 3-3 game in that one. Didn't say what inning. So we got 3 very close games on the Neighborhood Sports Network that you can jump around to. Watch a little here. Make sure if you leave our broadcast, come back at some point. Trent Altman, the center fielder, facing Koski, shows bunt. It's down low for a ball. Some great stories from weekend number 1. And we can't wait to bring you all the coverage from Labor Day weekend here on the Neighborhood Sports Network. 1-0 pitch coming to Athman. Dollar Shell and Swan due up. Inside for a ball, it's 2-0. Caleb Koski, young lefty for Loretto. Delano from that region already advancing. Very good Delano team. Loretto trying to join him. That one's hit foul, and it's 2-1. Hutchinson had a heartbreaker, getting beat yesterday out of that region. That North Star League. Always a lot of good baseball there. Delano with their win earlier today snapped a 4-game losing streak at the state tournament for the Athletics, who move on into the round of 16. So a 2-1 pitch coming to Athman from Koski. That's a strike on the inside corner. It's 2-2. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for the Larks. No runs, 3 hits, no errors for the Bullfrogs. Leadoff hitter here in the bottom half of the 3rd. 2-2 pitch coming. Koski shakes out the first one. And the 2-2 pitch, that's hit foul. We'll do the 2-2 pitch once again. Again, tornado watch in effect for Rice County, which is where Dundas is located. Faribault as well. Until midnight tonight, but again, radar showing that the 10 o'clock hour is when the storms are supposed to move through. 2-2 pitch from Koski. Popped up foul. Do the 2-2 pitch once again. Yeah, $1 fall balls. You gotta love that. If you need any more motivation to get to the ballpark coming up next weekend, I assume that will continue with the dollar fall balls here in Dundas. So a 2-2 pitch coming from Koski, waves off that side. And the pitch down low. It's 3-2. So the Final Four in Class B, Miesville will meet Blaine next weekend. Champlain Park will take on Rochester. Chanhassen, 4-time defending state champions, got beat in the first round, so will crown a new Class B champion either on Sunday or Monday. 3-2 pitch, that's hit foul. And once they get to the Final Four in Class B, it's double elimination. So on Sunday, someone's going to come out of the loser's bracket. If they beat the winner of the winner's bracket, they would force another game on Labor Day Monday. So the Class B championship could be decided on Sunday or Monday. So a 3-2 pitch coming to Athman. And the pitch, that's hit, ground ball. Shortstop deep in the hole, he's got to hustle. Across the diamond, and he got him. That's Joshua Koski. He's got a nice arm there. Koski to Koski on a 6-3 putout. And after a long at bat, there's one down here in the third. That was deep in the hole. But Joshua Koski showing his arm strength. So Sean Dollarshell, third baseman number 17, steps in. Got the old school stirrups. I always like that. First pitch from Koski. Swing and a miss. It's 0-1. And his press box in Dundas, absolutely gorgeous. One of the best that there is. They got TVs. I think 3 or 4 of them up here in the press box. 0-1 pitch. That one's hit hard. Third baseman's got to play it deep in the hole there. That's Hodgkin, and he throws it across the diamond. 5-3 putout. Quickly 2 down here in the third. So Koski, who had a wiggle out of a bases-loaded jam in the second, is 1 out away from a 1-2-3 inning as Logan Swan steps in. Swan, the left fielder, Flo to the right fielder, and his first at bat. First pitch inside for a ball. It's 1-0. 9-4 Waconia over Fergus Falls in the fifth. A game they have on one of the TVs on the Neighborhood Sports Network. That's a strike. It's 1-1. And hats off to all the volunteers in Waconia. And they're looking for another field to make things move a little bit smoother today. And Waconia hosting 2 games. 1-1 pitch. That's popped up. Catcher looking for it. He's got room there. Oh, cannot squeeze it. Is the catcher Gluntz. Gluntz near the dugout. Bird Island just not able to squeeze it. It's 1-2. So baseball in 4 parks. There was one year, I forget what year it was, where Brownton had to step in. I know Hutchinson was one of these site teams. They had too much water. It takes a lot of good people at the ballpark to put your part together and get it ready to go. So that's inside for a ball. 2-2 when you're not scheduled. That was a state tournament game. Lone run coming in the top of the third. Leitner at the top of this inning. Leitner with a sacrifice fly. Lone run in the game. 2-2 pitch coming from Koski. Swung on and missed. He strikes him out. And the Bullfrogs go down in order. Koski picks up strikeout number 3. 3 up, 3 down for Bird Island. 3 complete here in Dundas. The Larks, they lead 1-0 over Bird Island.
Star Tribune covers high school sports as passionately as you live them. Don't miss a beat on the games you love. Check out Star Tribune all day, every day for the latest prep news, scores, and so much more.
We're into the top of the fourth. Aaron Worm with you on a Neighborhood Sports Network. spent Friday night in Faribault, all day in Dundas yesterday, and back here in Dundas. Called the game on radio station on New Prague for Webster, and then slid down 2 chairs and jumped on for the final game. As Steve got you the first 2 on. So top of the 4th, 1 run, 2 hits, no errors for Loretto. No runs, 3 hits for Bird Island. First pitch swing, and that is nailed to center, but right at the center fielder, that's Ahmed. He'll make the catch as Hodgkin. Keaton Hodgkin absolutely tattooed it. But right to center, there's 1 down. So Tyler Maher. Maher's 1 for 1. Had a base hit back in the 2nd, and then got a race on the base path on a double play. Maher, it says Rockford for high school, St. Cloud State for college. Thanks to first pitch for a strike, it's 0-1. Corey Koski, the DH, waits on deck. 0-1 pitch. Taking a strike, it's 0-2. Again, Josh Kingery, drafty from Atwater. He started. He's pitched well. 0-2 pitch. Down low for a ball, it's 1-2. My son Isaac was on the camera yesterday. I know we mentioned it during our broadcast. Had a little incident with a bee up here in the press box. 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Strikes out Maher for out number 2. That's strikeout number 5 for Kingery. And he's at home recuperating. A lot of Benadryl and some other medicine. Kind of got a little swelling. Well, we appreciate him working through it yesterday here on the Neighborhood Sports Network. So Corey Koski's 0 for 1. Flow to the center fielder back in the 2nd. Steps in here with 2 outs. Pitch from Kingery. Now it's fouled straight back. It's 0-1. Now I remember way back in the day. Get my wife from Manitoba, just like Corey Koski. We waited outside the Metrodome overnight for a Corey Koski bobblehead. 0-1 pitch. Outside for a ball, 1-1. We stayed in a 2-person tent. Slept on the hard concrete outside the Metrodome. To be one of the first people in line, get a Corey Koski bobblehead. 1-1 pitch, it's 2-1. Worst part about that story, my parents showed up right when the gates opened, and they also got a bobblehead. 2-1 pitch. That is fouled straight back. It's 2-2. Nobody on, 2 outs here in the 4th. Getting 1-0, Loretto on top. Player playing catch with the football at 2 in the morning, downtown Minneapolis. 2-2 pitch coming to Koski. Swung on and missed. So back-to-back strikeouts there for Kingery. And that is strikeout number 6 as Loretto goes down in order. 5 in a row retired by Kingery. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Loretto 1, Bird Island 0. You're watching coverage of the Class C State Amateur Baseball Tournament on the Neighborhood Sports Network. Bottom of the 4th, 1-0 Bird Island on top. 6, 7, and 8 due up for Bird Island. Or Loretto, I should say, on top. All right, take that back. How about 5, 6, and 7? Let me get that right. Swan struck out. So a 1-1 pitch to Tyler Hebrink, the first baseman, number 5 hitter. Hebrink had a base hit back in the second. He led off the second with a base hit and was stranded right there. 1-1 pitch from Koski. That's hit hard and going to the backhand and off the shoe of Cook. Skips in the left field. See if they give him a hit on that. That was going to be a tough play for Cook moving away from first base. No, are given air on Cook. So the second time Hebrink has reached. Aiden Effering. Effering, the catcher, had a base hit back in the second as well. Gankowski had a pitch out of a jam with runners on first and second, nobody out. He struck out Gass and struck out Walton. Runners going, hit and run, foul ball out of play. It's 0-1. I always like to talk about food at the ballpark. Again, the buzz around Dundas. Got to have the nachos, got to have the chicken tacos. Cheese curds, hamburgers. 0-1 pitch coming from Koski. Checks the runner at first. And the pitch, that's inside. Good stop by the catcher, Gluntz. That's 1-1. You can always watch replays of any game. If your team played in the estate tournament, you can watch replays of those games here in the Neighborhood Sports Network. Again, a low monthly fee and a really low yearly subscription. Gets you everything here in the Neighborhood Sports Network. That's fouled off to the side. It's 1-2. So a 1-2 pitch coming to Effering. 3 hits for Bird Island. 1 in the first, 2 in the second. And again, Hebrink leading off the inning, reaching on that air. Even though that was going to be a tough play for Cook to come up with it. So a 1-2 pitch coming from Koski. Checks the runner. And the pitch, that's inside for a ball. It's 2-2. Yeah, Koski is definitely a slowed down when it comes to his delivery. Josh Kingery, the draftee from Atwater. Definitely a faster pace for him and for Bird Island. So a 2-2 pitch from Koski. That's fouled right side. It's still 2-2. You know, speaking of volunteers in Waconia, you come to the ballpark next week and you have it. Make sure to thank volunteers. They're all wearing volunteer T-shirts in each ballpark. Takes a lot of people put on the amateur state baseball tournament. 2-2 pitch. Runners going and fouled into the Loretto dugout. To the 2-2 pitch once again. In Waconia, Fergus Falls a little bit closer to Waconia, 9-6. Lakers on top of the Hurricanes. And a 2-2 pitch coming here to Effering. Checks the runner at first. And the 2-2 pitch. Just got a piece of it. What a battle. Koski kicking his leg up in the air. He thought he had him there on that 2-2 pitch. So a 2-2 pitch coming to Effering. Nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth. And the 2-2 pitch. That is fouled once again, and the battle continues between these two. Sure as a pitcher, Koski's thinking, what do I have to do to throw it by this guy? Again, Effering 1 for 1, a base hit back in the second. Now he's got the runner picked up. Going to throw it down the second. Shortstop slides over. It hits him in the helmet and skips in the center field. He'll stop there. So he got picked off. Joshua Koski came over. The throw from Bradley Koski hit him in the helmet. Hit the base runner Hebrink. And Hebrink is safe. Well, smart thinking by Hebrink. He was picked off. He just put the pedal to the metal and cruised down there. And again, it ricochets off his helmet. So Bird Island gets a break. Runner on second, nobody out. Can Hebrink got on first on an air. 2-2 pitch coming. Checks the runner. That one is hit deep to left field. Left fielder going back, still going back. That's Maher. He's going to pull up in front of the warning track. He'll make the catch. Runner's going to take from second. Throw to third. He's going to be safe. It's thrown away, but Koski diving. Great backup by the pitcher, Caleb Koski. The throw in to Hodgkin, not able to handle it. As that was Maher out there and left, but Koski might have saved a run diving in front of his own dugout. So Effring flies out to left field for out number 1. Hebrink moves over to third. That'll bring up Dylan Gass to shortstop. Gass is 0 for 1. He struck out back in the second. A quick conversation. Catcher Gluntz is out there with Caleb Koski. Umpire will come in. Guess they're checking on Koski to make sure he's okay. Again, he slid. Want to make sure his arm's okay. His pitching arm, he keeps looking at his elbow. Maybe a little scrape. What a great effort there by Caleb Koski. If it gets away from him, it rattles around behind the backstop. There definitely would have been an opportunity for Hebrink to score from third. So Loretto is going to bring the infield up. It looks like all the way up for Dylan Gass. Again, Gass 0 for 1. That one's hit to center. Going to be caught. Here comes a throw to the plate. Throw is going to be cut off. We are tied at 1 apiece. So Leitner out there in center got it in, but good speed at third base by Hebrink, and Gass gets the job done. Sacrifice fly, RBI. And we got ourselves a brand new game here in the 4th inning. 1-1, Bird Island and Loretto. So an unearned run. Bird Island takes advantage of it. And again, the big play of the inning. They had Hebrink picked off, but a throw from first to short hits Hebrink in the helmet and rolls in the left. And Hebrink eventually scores. That one is hit to left. Going back is Maher. He's underneath it. And that's going to end the inning. But not before Bird Island. Again, an unearned run. 1 run off of no hits. No runners left on base. And 1 Lark error. 4 complete here in Dundas on the Neighborhood Sports Network. We got ourselves a brand new ball game. Bird Island and Loretto tied at 1.
All season long, you've gathered with friends, neighbors, and family at ball yards all across Minnesota.
Still going, gone! A home run!
Diamonds that define hundreds of communities. Town Ball binds together our passion for baseball and our hometowns. And on September 10th, the cornerstone of Minnesota baseball, Target Field, will host a party for all those who play, watch, and support Town Ball. The Twins host the Guardians at 6:10 p.m. Prior to the game, the champions will be honored in a ceremony at Town Ball Tavern, and all Town Ballers will be invited down to the field for a special pregame ceremony. Wear your team colors and enjoy a special night at Target Field.
Field Scallon back, has it measured. That's it! Air Freight Unlimited, your Class A state champions.
For tickets to the Minnesota Twins Tip of the Cap to Town Ball on September 10th, visit twinsbaseball.com/townball.
Top of the 5th here in Dundas. 1-1 game. Loretto with 1 in the 3rd. Again, Bird Island taking advantage of an error to tie things up in the 4th. So Ken Cook will step in. It'll be 6, 7, and 8. First pitch over for a strike to Cook. Cook's 0 for 1. He grounded out to the second baseman back in the second. 0-1 pitch. That's hit. Right side. Second baseman Tersteeg picks it up. Over to Hebrink. 4-3 put out. And a second time that Cook is grounded out to the shortstop for out number 1. Good battle between a couple of lefties in Kingery and Caleb Koski. So Nathan Maher, who struck out back in the 3rd, steps in for Loretto. First pitch over for a strike. It's 0-1. I think Fergus Falls is down like 9-3 at one point. It's now 9-7 in the 7th against Waconia. So 0-2. So Waconia able to get their field good to go for a game today. And it's a good one, yeah. Lakers were up by 6 at one point. Now it's down to a 2-run lead in the 7th. We'll keep you updated. That game also on the Neighborhood Sports Network. So a 1-2 pitch Coming to Nathan Maher, the number 7 hitter. Just missed on top of the strike zone. It's still 1-2. Avon and St. Martin, that game was in overtime. Not overtime, extra innings. 2-2 pitch, that hit him. Too far inside, it hits Maher. So 1-out base runner for Loretto here in the top of the 5th. Yeah, Cold Spring jumped out on top of Watertown 3-0 to start the game. Our good friend Kip Cover, I think he was in Faribault. Not sure if he went to Waconia. And the last check, that Watertown game was 3-3. That sounds like a broken bat. Shortstop Gas, charges go to second for 1. Relay not in time. So Gas over to Tersteeg. They get the force out. Joshua Koski reaches on the fielder's choice. And Chris Gluntz, the number 9 hitter, the catcher, who had a base hit back in the 3rd, steps in. And St. Martin and Avon, last we heard they were tied in extra innings. That game's over in Meesville. Rich Grammon covers the Victory League. That's over for a strike. It's 0-1. Caleb Curry with a solo homer in the top of the 11th. Avon's on top 2-1 against St. Martin. That game is in Meesville. Quick throw back to first. So some extra inning fun over there in Meesville. Last game of the day on that field. Here it's a 1-1 game, top of the 5th. 2 outs, 0-1 pitch. Coming to Gluntz. And just got a piece, it's 0-2. Only game we're missing a score on is the Watertown game. Yeah, both teams scored in the first inning. So that one is hit deep to left center. Center fielder on the run makes the catch. Good hustle there by Athman. Athman had to cover a lot of ground out there. And the inning is over. Giving it the drive there was Gluntz. Looking for the gap, but good defense, good speed. And the inning comes to an end in the 5th. No runs off of no hits, 1 runner left on base, and no errors. We're halfway home here in Dundas. It's a good one. The Bullfrogs and the Larks tied at 1 on the Neighborhood Sports Network.
Fast and flexible care. Count on the urgency room for expert medical care when you need it most. Visit us in person. Broken bone, chest pain? We're in Eagan, Vadnais Heights, or Woodbury. Online care. Sinus infection? Strep throat? We offer easy online care. Major to minor, we can provide the level of care you need. Visit urgencyroom.com. Mobile check-in now available.
Star Tribune covers high school sports as passionately as you live them. Don't miss a beat on the games you love. Check out Star Tribune all day, every day for the latest prep news, scores, and so much more.
Bottom of the 5th here in Dundas. It's a good one. We've had some good games throughout the tournament, especially some good games today on this Sunday. Yeah, earlier today, Delano, we mentioned, beat Wilmer 5-0. Speaking of good games, first game here in Dundas today, Isanti beat Brownton 3-2 in 11 innings, a walk-off winner for Isanti. They're going to get Delano coming up on Saturday in Faribault at 1:30. The game before this, Webster and Monticello were tied at 1 apiece going to the top of the 8th. Webster was up 6-1 going to the bottom of the 9th. It was a 6-2 game, and a double cleared the bases to make it 6-5. So Monticello had the tying run on second base, and Webster able to end the game. And the Webster Sox, again, big story here at the amateur baseball tournament. First time ever in the state tournament. They're awaiting the winner of Cold Spring and Watertown. And that game is tied at 3 right now in Faribault. Winner gets the Cinderella Sox. coming up on Labor Day weekend. So bottom of the 5th. And for a Bird Island, we have number 9, so 9, 1, and 2 due up for the Bullfrogs. Jared Detman, the DH. They're going to peel. Down the base ump. Base ump, did he even see the appeal? And there's no reaction from the base ump. That's a pretty easy call. It's 0-1. There's a broken bat. Koski comes off the mound. He's going to run it over to the other Koski. Koski to Koski and a 1-3 put out. One down here in the 5th. So back to the top of the order for Braden Turkstee. Turkstee's 0 for 2. Grounding out to the shortstop twice. So he's kept the shortstop Joshua Koski busy. 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error for Loretto. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors for Bird Island. So Kingery trying to get something going. Quick conversation between Gluns and Caleb Koski. Again, a battle of lefties dueling. Again, Koski hitting his spots. A little more of a power pitcher is Josh Kingery, the righty for Bird Island. That one is hit out to center. Center fielder Leitner. He'll make the catch quickly, 2 down. And Koski's now retired 5 in a row. Well, definitely could be a game where run number 2 could be the winning run. 9-7 Waconia over Fergus Falls in the 7th inning. And if you want to hop back and forth with your monthly subscription or your yearly subscription, check out all the games that are going on right now. Again, 2-1 Avon on top, bottom of the 11th against St. Martin, that game in Meesville. So Trent Athman, center fielder, number 15. He is 1 for 2, base hit in the 1st, ground out to the shortstop back in the 3rd. First pitch from Koski's the ball. So Koski trying to set down Bird Island in order for the 2nd time tonight. That's inside for a ball. It's 2-0. The appeal. That time the base umpire gave a sign. Says he did not go. So a 2-0 pitch to Athman with Dollarshell, number 3 hitter, waiting on deck. Athman trying to get something going. Again, he's got 1 of the 3 hits for the Bullfrogs. That's inside. It's 3-0. Koski has walked 1, and he has struck out 3. 3-0 pitch, taken out of the way, ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk with 2 outs in the 5th. So Sean Dollarshell, third baseman, couple of ground outs, ground out to 2nd, also ground out to 3rd. Trying to keep things going here with 2 outs. Again, looks like the Bird Island fans to the right of their dugout in the large grandstand. They got 2 big grandstands here in Dundas. A lot of the Lark fans have found seats behind home plate. That's lofted out to left field. Maher, now he'll come on. Maher makes the catch, and the inning is over. So a 2-out walk does not hurt Koski and Loretto. No runs off of no hits. 1 runner left on base. That's 5 left on base for Bird Island. And no errors. 5 complete here in Dundas. 1-1 Bird Island and Loretto on the Neighborhood Sports Network.
You should feel good about where you and your money are headed. We can help you build a better relationship with your money, starting with our free Simply Better checking account. When you open an account, you'll also receive a free gift. Get started today. Think Bank. Meet your money.
We're in the top of the 6th, 1-1 Loretto and Bird Island. Well, Watertown has scored 6 unanswered against Cold Spring. They lead that game 6-3. What inning is that in? Bottom of the 4th. Watertown on top of Cold Spring 6-3. Avon is moving on. Avon beat St. Martin in 11 innings by the score of 2-1. So the St. Martins out of Region 15, they are done. And Avon moves on the next weekend. So Avon's going to get St. Patrick. Avon had a 1-run victory against Fairmont, who won the state title 2 years ago, 4-3 last weekend. They hold off a St. Martin, the winners of Region 15, 2-1. So Avon out of the Victory League against St. Patrick out of the DRS. That should be a good matchup on Saturday, 4:30 here in Dundas. 1-1 pitch. Inside and low for a ball. It's 2-1. Top of the order, Ben Leitner, Bradley Koski, and Keenan Hutchkin due up for Loretto. 2-1 pitch, hit foul, it's 2-2. So that means we're down to just 2. Take that back, 3 slots yet to fill. Waconia and Fergus Falls. One of those slots hit to short, cross the diamond. Nice play by Gass. Gass over to Hebrink. 6-3 put out. Leitner is 0 for 2. He did have a sacrifice fly back in the 3rd that scored a lone run for Loretto. Bradley Koski struck out in the 1st, ground to the shortstop back in the 3rd. So matchups that are set for next weekend. Jordan will take on Bluffton. It's the lower half of the bracket. First pitch over for a strike. Nisswa will take on the New Ulm Brewers. We mentioned St. Patrick against Avon. And Delano gets Isanti. That's one half of the bracket. Grounder to first. Easy play for the first baseman. Hebrink, he'll step on the bag and quickly 2 down here in the 6th. Top of the bracket, Buckman, one of the best nicknames in amateur baseball, the Billy Goats. They await the winner of that Waconia-Fergus Falls game. 9-7 Waconia in the 8th inning. Stark, who beat Bemidji earlier today, 7-3. They get Dumont. Dumont beat Richmond 7-6. This could be an easy inning. That's going to be a tough play. Center fielder still coming. He dives. He can't hold on to it. That was good hustle there by Athman, and hustling to second base is going to be Hotchkin. Athman had to come a long way, and he almost, it hits off his glove. They got to give him a double on that. Yep, that's a double for Hotchkin. That was going to be one heck of a play by Trent Athman. Give him credit. Hustling all the way. So a 2-out double. And Tyler Maher, who's 1 for 2, a base hit in the 2nd, struck out back in the 4th. A chance to put Loretto back on top for the 2nd time in this game in the 6th. Also in the top half of the bracket, Watertown, we mentioned, they lead Cold Spring 6-3 in the 4th inning. Winner of that game gets the Webster Sox. In Red Wing, the Aces, they beat Watkins on Friday night 1-0. They get the winner of this one Saturday, 11 a.m. in Faribault. That's popped up right side. This should end the inning. Hebrink, the first baseman, over there. Maher is retired, and so are the Larks. So a 2-out double by Hotchkin is stranded. No runs off of 1 hit. 1 runner left on base. The Larks have left 3 through 6 innings, and no Bird Island errors. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Here in the Neighborhood Sports Network, it remains Loretto 1, Bird Island 1.
Fast and flexible care. Count on the urgency room for expert medical care when you need it most. Visit us in person. Broken bone, chest pain? We're in Eagan, Vadnais Heights, or Woodbury. Online care. Sinus infection? Strep throat? We offer easy online care. Major to minor, we can provide the level of care you need. Visit urgencyroom.com. Mobile check-in now available.
I just saw a note on Twitter. So we're in the bottom of the sixth. Caleb Koski, of course, the son of Corey Koski. It looks like a Josh Kingery. Someone made the note, son of Michael Kingery. He now lives in Wilmer, according to his Wikipedia page. And Mike Kingery played limited time with the Seattle Mariners and also the Pittsburgh Pirates. So a couple of lefties, both their dads with Major League Baseball experience, dueling here in Dundas. So a 1-1 game, bottom of the sixth, 0-1 pitch. That hit him in the foot? No. And it's 1-1. So Logan Swan, the left fielder, leading things off. 4, 5, and 6 due off for Bird Island. 1-1 pitch coming from Koski. That's inside for a ball. It's 2-1. Again, a lot of volunteers in all three ballparks. Fourth counting Waconia. Sure can't wait to get some shut-eye later tonight. That's hit left side, shortstop. Koski. Koski to Koski, but the other Koski comes off the bag. Too high a throw. Bradley Koski could not pull it down. Joshua Koski on the throw. And that's going to be an error. And Swan is on. So an error. And the go-ahead run is on for Bird Island. For Tyler Hebrink, the first baseman. Second error by Loretto. The first error of the game, that came back in the fourth inning. Hebrink reached on an error, and he later scored. So Bird Island's one run came off a free base as Koski goes to Koski for one. Relay back to first, and they get him. No, not in time. So they get the lead runner. So Swan is retired for out number one. Hebrink reaches on the fielder's choice, so Hebrink and Swan just switch spots. Aiden Effering, who's 1 for 2, base hit in the second, flow out to left, back in the fourth. Steps in for Bird Island. 1 run, 3 hits, 2 errors for Loretto. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors for Bird Island. Koski peeks over to first. And the pitch, that's skied. It's Koski, the shortstop. Going to make the catch for out number 2. A big out for Loretto. So Elfering is retired. He's 1 for 3. And Hebrink stays at first. Now for Dylan Gass. Gass struck out back in the second, had a sacrifice fly in the fourth. That scored Hebrink, the alone run for Bird Island. Again, Loretto, sacrifice fly by Leitner in the third. Sacrifice fly by Gass in the fourth, our lone runs. First pitch over for a strike, it's 0-1. Beautiful night in Dundas, very comfortable temps. A good old pitcher's duel to wrap up the third game of the day. 0-1 pitch. That's going to go ahead to the backstop, and now the go-ahead run moves up 90 feet. Hebrink on second. So a base hit by Gass could put Bird Island on top for the first time this evening. So a 1-1 pitch coming to Gass. Again, Koski trying to pitch around that leadoff air. That's fouled straight back. It's 1-2. A lot of dollar ball foul balls been given out in Dundas today. We got some great sponsors making that possible. Keeping the kids busy. They can go get a few foul balls and go buy themselves cheese curds and tacos and nachos. The money they collect here at the ballpark. 1-2 pitch coming from Koski. Checks the runner at second. And the pitch, grounder to Koski at short. This should end the inning. Koski to Koski, 6-3 putout. And the leadoff air does not come around to hurt Loretto. No runs off of no hits. 1 are left on base. Bird Island has left 6 on the base path. 6 complete here in Dundas. It remains 1-1 on the Neighborhood Sports Network. So Corey Koski will lead things off for the Larks here in the 7th. 5, 6, and 7 due up for Loretto. We haven't mentioned anything when it comes to a Corey Koski. Again, it's good for amateur baseball to have the former major league player. And of course, having his sons involved as well. He's from Manola, Manitoba, Canada. 1-0 pitch. Just misses. It's 2-0. 49 years young. Just turned 49 back in June. His 3 children, Caleb, Bradley, and Josh. Joshua, that one is hit deep to right field. Right fielder going back at the warning track, and that one is gone. Corey Koski with a solo home run puts the Larks on top 2-1. He might be 49, but he still got it. So Koski with a towering blast, and it's 2-1 Larks. Well, that's a great moment here in the state tournament at Dundas. Right fielder, that was Walton out there, went right to the warning track. It kept carrying. And just by the 353 sign, it gets out of here. And Loretto on top 2-1, a solo home run by Corey Koski. And for me as a broadcaster, that's kind of fun. Never thought I'd get a chance to call a home run by Koski. But just did. That's awesome. So Ken Cook, who's 0 for 2, a couple of ground outs to second, steps in. 1-1 pitch. So Kingery finds himself down 2-1. That's over for a strike. It's 1-2. Yeah, I wonder if anyone's able to find that ball out there. 1-2 pitch. That's fouled. Forget if there's some body of water behind the fence out there in right. Want to thank Jake Loftus. He's on camera doing a great job tonight. Working hard. 1-2 pitch, a swing and a miss. Strikes out Cook for out number 1. So a good bounce back there by Kingery. And Kingery now picks up strikeout number 7. And Nathan Maher, the left fielder, number 10, steps in. Struck out. They got hit by a pitch. Waconia was up 9-3. It's now 9-8 over Fergus Falls in the 8th. The Hurricanes playing late on a Sunday. They got a far drive. They want to head home with a victory. 1-0 pitch. Over for a strike to Maher. Again, Waconia. Oh, that very good Crow River League. 1-1 pitch. That's a strike. It's 1-2. A lot of great stories going to Labor Day weekend. Loretto trying to add their story. There's a swing and a miss, strikes him out. So nice job by Kingery. After giving up the home run to Corey Koski. Strikes out Cook, strikes out Maher, and Joshua Koski. This shortstop, Koski, walked in the 3rd, hit into a fielder's choice back in the 5th. So give the lefty, Josh Kingery from Atwater, from the Chuckers, give him a lot of credit for battling back. It's 0-1. 0-1 pitch coming. Over for a strike, it's 0-2. Yeah, if Koski ever wants to come play over 50 baseball, there's a team in Webster. Sure they would invite him. 0-2 pitch. Just missed on the outside corner, and it's 1-2. So a 1-2 pitch coming to Joshua Koski. 2 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors for Loretto. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors for Bird Island. That just missed outside. That's 2-2. So a 2-2 pitch coming to Joshua Koski with Chris Gluntz, the number 9 hitter, waiting on deck. 2-2 pitch. That's down low for a ball. So Koski trying to get himself on here with 2 outs. Three-two pitch coming. And he works back and strikes him out. So hats off to Kingery. He gives up the solo home run to Corey Koski, but strikes out Cook, strikes out Maher, and strikes out Joshua Koski, and the inning is over. But that solo home run, it's a 2-1 game, Loretto on top. Welcome to the neighborhood. It's the Neighborhood Sports Network.
You should feel good about where you and your money are headed. We can help you build a better relationship with your money, starting with our free Simply Better checking account. When you open an account, you'll also receive a free gift. Get started today. Think Bank. Meet your money.
Such news! It's everything I ever wanted!
So bottom of the 7th. Aaron Worm with you on the Neighborhood Sports Network. So Walton, Detman, and Terstig, 8, 9, and 1, due up for Bird Island. And now Koski's out there with the lead for the second time tonight. Walton's 0 for 2, struck out back in the second, flew out to left in the fourth. 0-1 pitch coming. That one's hit and foul. Got to say hi once again to my 14-year-old son, Isaac. He's at home watching the game on the Neighborhood Sports Network. He texted me right away after Corey Koski hit that home run to put Loretto on top, 2-1. 0-2 pitch. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. The catcher wanted to appeal down the first base. He did not have to. And there's one down for Koski. That is strikeout number 4. And Jared Detman, the DH. Detman walked in the second and grounded out back to the pitcher Koski in the 5th. Strike on the outside corner. Again, Bird Island's had some chances. Their best chance, besides the 1 run when they scored in the 4th. Again, runners on first and second, nobody out. And Koski had back-to-back strikeouts. Last inning, leadoff guy reached on an error. Got to second, unable to knock him in. 1-1 pitch. That's hit hard, but right at the second baseman. Cook over to Koski. 4-3 put out quickly. 2 down here in the 7th inning. And back to the top of the order, Braden Turksteed, the second baseman. He's 0 for 3. A couple of ground outs, flew out to center back in the 5th. Again, Bird Island, a region champion. And usually it seems like it's about 500 when it comes to region champions winning each year and region champions losing. In their 16 matchups, that first pitch over for a strike. Look at the top half of the bracket. So far in the top half of the bracket, it's 2 and 3 for the region champions. 1-1 pitch. Bottom half of the bracket. Little better. It's like 6 and 2 on the bottom half of the bracket when it comes to region winners winning their game. So 6 and 2. So far, 8 and 5 for region winners with 3 games yet to finish up. And it seems like year after year, it's right around 500 for region winners. Right now, they're ahead 8-5. 3-1 pitch coming from Koski. That's outside, ball 4. So a 2-out walk to Turnsteig, the leadoff hitter. And right now, Bird Island, region winner, they're trailing. Fergus Falls, a region winner, they're trailing 9-8 in the 9th. And Watertown beating Cold Spring 6-3. So if those scores would hold, that means region champions would go 9-7 here in weekend number 2, and that's about average. It's usually the way things work, again, right around the 500 mark. So Trent Athman, the center fielder. Athman is 1 for 2, a base hit in the first, ground out to the shortstop back in the 3rd, and walk back in the 5th. Loretto on top, 2-1 as the sun sets here in Dundas. Strike on the inside corner, it's 1-1. Get a Neighborhood Sports Network. If you're on the monthly subscription, or maybe you signed up for the yearly subscription, I always think about expanding that monthly subscription to the yearly. Great high school, college coverage throughout the year on a Neighborhood Sports Network. Quick throw over. And a 1-1 pitch coming here to Athman. Not sure, I would assume, I'm not sure if they're in the top of the ninth or the bottom of the ninth in Waconia. I want to say they're in the bottom of the ninth. That's inside for a ball, 2-1. I think Waconia's in the white. And Fergus Falls, they're red and black. So there's the bottom of the ninth. Lakers on top of the Hurricanes, 9-8. So a 2-1 pitch coming from Koski with 2 outs. Tersteeg on first, a 2-out walk for him. He represents the tying run. Athman the go-ahead run here in the bottom of the 7th. And the 2-1 pitch, that is fouled straight back. It's 2-2. A lot of good battles tonight. Again, a battle of lefties, Kingery versus Koski. Only 7 total hits. And a 2-2 pitch coming. Thinking the Blaine Dundas game yesterday through 2 innings, there were 14 total hits. 2-2 pitch, runners going. That's going to be fouled. Koski takes a look, and that's going to be out of play. Here's the 2-2 pitch once again. Dollar Shell, the number 3 hitter, he's 0 for 3. Waits on deck. Ken Koski with 4 strikeouts. He has walked 2. And Loretto also with 2 errors. The first error in the 4th came around the score, the alone run for Bird Island. 2-2 pitch. Missed inside, it's 3-2. So Koski and Jeopardy are walking back-to-back guys with 2 outs here in the 7th. Big pitch here, payoff pitch. Runner will be in motion, Tersteeg, and before he can get a jump, Koski checks on him. Three-two pitch coming from Koski. Big pitch, and a runner will be in motion, and that's hit and foul. Yeah, Tersteeg did not get the best jump there at first. The guy in motion, anything that hits the gap will give Tersteeg a chance to score and tie things up. As Bird Island down to their final 7 outs. Koski shakes off at least 1 sign. And the payoff pitch, that's called strike 3, and now speed pitch in the outside corner, and Athman has a nice conversation with the umpire, just able to backdoor him on that off-speed pitch. That is the 5th strikeout for Koski, and the inning is over. No runs off and no hits, 1 runner left on base, and no Loretto errors. We head to the 8th here in Dundas. It remains the Larks 2, Bird Island 1.
All season long, you've gathered with friends, neighbors, and family at ball yards all across Minnesota.
Still going, gone! A home run!
Diamonds that define hundreds of communities. Town Ball binds together our passion for baseball and our hometowns. And on September 10th, the cornerstone of Minnesota baseball, Target Field, will host a party for all those who play, watch, and support Town Ball. The Twins host the Guardians at 6:10 p.m. Prior to the game, the champions will be honored in a ceremony at Town Ball Tavern, and all Town Ballers will be invited down to the field for a special pregame ceremony. Wear your team colors and enjoy a special night at Target Field.
Field Scallon back, has it measured. That's it! Air Freight Unlimited, your Class A state champions.
For tickets to the Minnesota Twins Tip of the Cap to Town Ball on September 10th, visit twinsbaseball.com/townball.
Top of the 8th here in Dundas. It's been a fun day of baseball once again. Aaron Worm with you. And for Loretto, it's going to be 9-1-2, Chris Gluntz, and then Leitner and Bradley Koski. Just got word that Caleb Koski, 105 pitches for Caleb Koski. Not sure what the number is on Josh Kingery. 1-0 pitch. That's a swing and a miss. It's 1-1. Get a walk to Joshua Koski back in the third, scoring the sacrifice fly. That solo home run by Corey Koski in the seventh. That's the 2 runs. 1-1 pitch. Inside for a ball. It's 2-1. And just 7 total hits between the two teams. 4 for the Larks, 3 for the Bullfrogs. That's it. Second baseman's going to come up. He's going to play it off a hop. Now he's going to hustle. That's the good thing about playing second. He got time. So Turk Stieg decided to play off the hop. But again, at second, you got a closer play. So 4-3. Gluntz is retired. And back to the top of the order for Ben Leitner. Leitner's 0 for 2. Struck out back in the first. Ground out to the shortstop in the sixth. Got to get that sacrifice fly back in the third, scoring the lone run for Loretto. First pitch over for a strike. Loretto, according to Wikipedia, population of 650. If you're wondering where Loretto is. That's a 1-1 pitch. Make it a 1-2. Now Loretto is just to the west of Medina and north of Maple Plain. West part of the Twin Cities. 1-2 pitch. That is fouled. It's still 1-2. Chasing after it. It's out of play. Some of the great things about the State Amateur Baseball Tournament. You got many towns that are very small. A lot of towns that might be a church, a bar, and a baseball field. So 1-2 pitch coming to Leitner. 1 out here in the 8th. Nobody on. That's inside for a ball. It's 2-2. Bradley Koski waits on deck. He's 0 for 3. Now the top 2 guys are 0 for 5 so far. That one just missed. And a payoff pitch coming from Josh Kingery. 3-2 pitch to Ben Leitner. And the pitch from Kingery, that's outside, ball 4. So 1 out walk. And for Kingery, he has walked just 2. And he has struck out. He has struck out 9. And he struck out the side last inning after giving up that solo home run to Corey Koski. Struck out 3 in a row. So Bradley Koski's 0 for 3, a strikeout and a couple of groundouts. Lefty-lefty matchup. That's a big swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Yeah, there is only one guy in the Larks lineup that has not struck out against Kingery. That's a strike. It's 0-2. They've been sharing the strikeouts. Yeah, one guy struck out twice. The number 9 hitter, Chris Gluntz, has not struck out. And he's 1 for 3. Quick throw to first. Sliding in safety is Leitner. Still 9-8 in Waconia. Is there 2 outs? Runners on first and second for Fergus Falls. That's hit, but right to shortstop. A good heads up as Gass makes the catch. Hustling back is Tursty. So Bradley Koski's retired for out number 2. And Keaton Hodgkin steps in. Hodgkin's 1 for 3. So Fergus Falls down by a run in Waconia. Tying run on second. Winning run on first for the Hurricanes. They have that on here in the press box here in Dundas. That's a little number. Pitcher for Waconia is going to throw it over, and they got him. So Waconia is moving on. Fergus Falls, a winner of their region. The Waconia Lakers out of the Crow River. They're moving on to the round of 16. First pitch outside. So a 9-8 victory over Fergus Falls. So Waconia is going to get the Buckman Billy Goats in the round of 16. There's a swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. So we got 2 spots yet to fill. We complete our Final 16 for Labor Day weekend. Again, single elimination throughout this tournament. One spot here and one spot over in Faribault. Complete the state picture. 1-1 pitcher with 2 outs. Nice off speed over for a strike. It's 1-2. 1-2 pitch to a Keenan Hodgkin. Runner on first, 2 outs. Bird Island trying to keep it a 1-run deficit. And the 1-2 pitch has fouled. And it's still 1-2. See if we get an update on the Watertown game. Yeah, Waconia was up 7-0, and they were up 9-3. They hang on for a 9-8 win against Fergus Falls. 1-2 pitch. That's inside for a ball. It's 2-2. Yeah, Dumont won earlier. And a cool story about Dumont, a couple of their players, they flew in for the game today. They were like attending a wedding yesterday, and they flew in, I assume, to the Faribault Airport, as that one is foul. It's still 2-2. That's dedication, and you got some good friends. I'm not sure if one was a pilot. When you can get a flight in to a state tournament game on a Sunday. After 5 innings, Watertown still leads Cold Spring 6-3 over in Faribault. 2 outs, runner on. That's outside for a ball. It's 3-2. So Leitner got on via a walk. Hodgkins trying to reach as well. Kingery, again, the draftee from the Atwater Chuckers. And throws it over to first. It's still 3-2. And the 3-2 pitch. That one is popped up. Shallow right, second baseman going back. That's Tersteeg. He's going to make the catch, and the inning is over. I love when fans yell, thinking that the guy's going to drop it if they yell. No runs off of no hits, a runner left on base, and no errors into the bottom of the 8th. On the Neighborhood Sports Network, it remains 2-1 Loretto. Like we mentioned, Caleb Koski with 105 pitches is going to come back out there for the bottom of the 8th. So 3, 4, and 5 due up for Bird Island. Part of the order, 4th time seeing Koski. First pitch over for a strike. Sean Dollarshell, the third baseman, number 17. He's 0 for 3. Grounded out to the second baseman, ground to the third baseman, and flow out to left. 0-1 pitch, that's outside, it's 1-1. Logan Swan is 0 for 3. And then Tyler Hebrink. Middle of the order, 3, 4, and 5. 1 for 9 right now for Bird Island. Another nice off speed, it's 1-2. With that being said, Bird Island's only got 3 hits. They have not had a hit since the second. 1-2 pitch. Rounder. Third baseman over. That's Hodgkin. Over to Koski. 5-3 put out. 1 down here in the 8th. Yeah, they've had base runners, but I did not notice that they had 1 hit in the first, 2 in the second, and have been hitless ever since. So Logan Swan, the left fielder, 0 for 3, flew out to the right fielder back in the first, struck out in the third. Reached on an air to lead off the sixth, but was stranded. Caleb Koski. I don't think anybody's warming up in the bullpen. First pitch swinging, hits it hard to center. Leitner not going to get to it, and that's a base hit. So the tying run is on, and again, the first hit since the second for Bird Island. So Tyler Hebrink, the number 5 hitter. Hebrink, the first baseman. He is 1 for 3 with a run scored. He reached on the air back in the fourth and scored a sacrifice fly, the alone run for Bird Island. Checks the runner at first. That's inside. Had a tipsy toe out of that one. So 1-0 pitch. Coming to Hebrink. Again, Koski trying to get himself through the middle of the order one more time. Fourth time through the batting order. And the 1-0 pitch. Runner's going. It's a hit and run. Foul straight back. It's 1-1. Yeah, Bird Island trying to get something going. Last time they had a runner in scoring position was in the sixth. They left the bases loaded back in the second. So they haven't had the most scoring opportunities. Neither team has. And the deciding run right now, a solo home run by Corey Koski. Yeah, that Corey Koski back in the seventh. 1-1 pitch. Over for a strike. It's 1-2 to Hebrink. Aiden Effering waits on deck. He's 1 for 3. Again, I don't see any activity in the Loretto bullpen. Anytime there's a runner on, again, Koski slows things down, takes his time. They're going to throw over to first. Koski to Koski. Like you mentioned again, Corey Koski playing with all 3 of his sons. Joshua Koski at short. Caleb on the mound. Over there at first base, Bradley. 1-2 pitch. Checks the runner. Runner's going. That's inside. No throw on the second. And now the tying run is on second base. A base hit could tie things up here in the bottom of the 8th. Hebrink again, a base hit back in the second. He's got a 2-2 pitch coming. Again, Koski still in high school. Caleb Koski trying to find out of a jam. Peeks back to second. And a 2-2 pitch. That one's fouled. That's 2-2. Again, still a good crowd sticking around late on a Sunday night. And the last game for today was scheduled to be at 4:30. But again, with rain, the start time this morning was pushed back. That's why we're still with you here at 8:25 at night. So a 2-2 pitch from Koski, checks the runner at second. And the 2-2 pitch, that's fouled again. It's still 2-2. 2 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors for the Larks. 1 run, 4 hits, no errors for Bird Island. So a 2-2 pitch coming from Koski. Tying run on second, that's Logan Swan. Infield and outfield playing straight up against Hebrink. 2-2 pitch, that's outside for a ball. It's 3-2. With again Aiden Effering waiting on deck, the number 6 hitter. Catcher for Bird Island. Big pitch here. Okay, does have first base open. So he can try to nibble at a corner if he wants to. 3-2 pitch. That one's fouled. It's still 3-2. The battle continues. We've seen a lot of battles between Koski and his batting lineup from Bird Island. 3-2 pitch. Coming once again. Long looking to the catcher. And the 3-2 pitch from Koski. That one's hit right side, second baseman Cook over to Koski, 4-3 putout. So Swan moves 90 feet here with 2 outs. Well, the good thing about that We're going to have a quick conversation. Loretto, their manager. Coach Cook is going to come out there. Kind of hustled out there. They're going to go to the pen. He's looking down the line. I guess no official signal. Here's a quick conversation again with the tying run 90 feet away. And again, even though there was an out, the best part there for Bird Island, pushing that runner to third base. Now a wild pitch to tie the game. And maybe manager Cook was out there talking to his catcher, talking to Glunz, and just saying, hey, make sure you're knocking down everything. Maybe it changes things when it comes to how they attack. Aiden Elfering. Maybe Koski will try not to bury something in the dirt. Elfering is 1 for 3, a base hit. Fly out and a pop out. That goes off the glove of Koski. Back to Koski to shortstop, and there's no play, and we're tied at 2 apiece. Caleb Koski, the pitcher, reached out for it. His brother, the shortstop, Joshua, came in. And that's going to be all for a Caleb Koski. So we are tied at 2 apiece. It's going to be a base hit, so an RBI base hit by Elfering. And that scores Swan. And it's a 2-2 game with a pitching change here in Dundas. And a nice round of applause for Koski as he comes on. That close to getting out of the inning, but just not able to handle it off his glove. We're tied at 2. We'll tell you about the new pitcher in just a moment here in the Neighborhood Sports Network. Eddie Antona's warm-ups, very much over-the-top pitcher. So he inherits Effering, who is at first base. Dylan Gass is shortstop, who's 0 for 2. Had a sacrifice fly to tie things up in the 4th. Steps in. So now the go-ahead run for Bird Island is on first base. Inning started with a ground out. Then a base hit by Swan. He stole second. Ground out by Hebrink, moved in the 3rd. Then the base hit by Elfering, who hit off the pitcher's glove. Caleb Koski ricocheted the short. And no play for the shortstop, Joshua Koski. First pitch up high for a ball. And it's 1-0. 4 hits for Loretto, 5 hits for Bird Island. And Caleb Koski hoping the drafty again, Eric Newman, can leave that guy out there at first. 1-0 pitch. That's up high for a ball. It's 2-0. Again, we mentioned the over the top. Throwing motion by Newman, leaving those first two pitches high. So a 2-0 pitch. Again, Dundas and Faribault both under a tornado watch until midnight tonight. According to the radar, looks like a rain in the 10 o'clock hour and thunderstorms. 2-0 pitch. That is inside for a ball. It's 3-0. So Newman, the draftee, not sure if he pitched last weekend, but he's come in and thrown 3 outside the strike zone to Gas with Zeke Walton. Walton's 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. He's probably happy to see somebody else. He's on deck. 3-0 pitch. Right down Broadway for a strike. It's 3-1. So Newman trying to fight back a walk, would push to go ahead run the second. In the scoring position here in the bottom of the 8th. So a 3-1 pitch coming. Checks the runner on first. Pass down low, ball 4. So with that walk, and that moves the go-ahead run the second for Zeke Walton. Walton again 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts. Looking for a big hit here in the bottom of the 8th. Getting a couple of hits that Bird Island's had here in the 8th inning. Their first hit since the second. So a quick conversation with 2 outs. If you're looking to the 9th for Loretto, they'll have 4, 5, and 6. Maher, Corey Koski, and Ken Cook. Again, see if there's anybody in the bullpen for Bird Island. They've been going with their drafty. I assume they'll continue with him in the 9th. Newman looks in. Strike on the inside corner. It's 0-1. So a good start there. Again, the first hitter, Newman, was behind 3-0. Starts out with a strike to Walton. Well, a great way to end a great day of baseball here in Dundas. A lot of good matchups. First 2 games were both decided by a run. 0-1 pitch. That's down in the dirt. 0-2. Gets away from the catcher. Runner at first. Started running for a second, Gas, but guy on second, Elfring, did not go anywhere. So ahead 0-2 is Eric Newman. Bird Island has tied things up at 2 apiece here in the bottom of the 8th inning. So an 0-2 pitch coming. Oh, 2 pitch. Call strike 3 on the inside corner. So Newman, after walking the guy, comes in. Walton has struck out for the 3rd time this evening. And it stays a 2-2 game. 1 run off of 2 hits. 2 runners left on base. And no Loretto errors. Bird Island has left a total of 6, 7, 9 runners on the base path through 8 innings. We head to the 9th inning. Do we have extra innings in store? We head to the 9th. We're tied at 2 here in Dundas. Aaron Worm with you, top of the 9th here in the Neighborhood Sports Network. Very affordable monthly and yearly subscription. Thank you so much for being a part of the neighborhood. Town ball, college sports, and high school. We've got you covered. So meat of the order. And again, Josh Kingery starting inning number 9. He'll face 4, 5, and 6. Tyler Maher, Corey Koski, and Ken Cook. That one's hit out to shallow right. That could be trouble. Now right fielder sees it. That's Walton coming in for out number 1. So Maher is now 1 for 4. So 1 down here in the ninth. So Corey Koski flew to the center fielder back in the second, struck out in the 4th. And again, he gave Loretto the lead with a solo home run in the 7th inning. Can he do it again? That one is fouled, left side, out of play. Again, 49-year-old Corey Koski. Hit one just over the 353 sign his last time up. He flew to center in the second, struck out back in the 4th, and that solo home run. 0-1 pitch. That one's hit to left field. That one is going to hang up. Coming over there is Swan. He'll make the catch for out number 2. Hit hard the other way, but it hangs up long enough, and quickly 2 down here in the 9th for Loretto. So nobody on, 2 outs. And Ken Cook. Cook is 0 for 3 with a couple of ground outs, struck out back in the 7th. Trying to get something going with 2 outs. Pitches outside from Kingery. So Kingery trying to give his team a chance to win it in the 9th. 9-1-2 will be due up for Bird Island. It's the outside corner. It's 1-1. Again, just a total of 9 hits between the two teams. 1-1 pitch. That's it, and that could be trouble. That's going to land for a base hit. So a 2-out base hit for Cook. And the go-ahead run on first base for Nathan Maher, the left fielder. So Maher struck out in the 3rd, got hit by a pitch in the 5th, and struck out in the 7th. And we'll see if Loretto tries to put Cook in motion at all. Get someone going on the base path. So a 2-out base hit. Go-ahead run Cook again on first base here in the top of the 9th. Strike on top of the strike zone. It's 0-1. Getting a fastball by Kingery. Has not lost any velocity here in the 9th inning. 0-1 pitch. That's a strike, and it's 0-2. Maher trying to avoid the sombrero. 0-2 pitch coming, checks the runner at first. And the pitch, called strike 3 in the outside corner, just painting the outside. 10 strikeouts for the drafty from Atwater. So a 2-out single is stranded. No runs off of 1 hit, 1 left on base, and no Bird Island errors. Bird Island will try to walk it off in the 9th. Loretto, they're hoping for extra innings. We're back in a moment on the Neighborhood Sports Network.
Join our team while supporting yours. The all-new Neighborhood Sports Network, NSPN.TV, is looking for camera operators and broadcasters for our live game streams. The atmosphere of sporting events can't be beat. Be a part of the action with flexible scheduling and guaranteed game rate pay. If you're a student or adult looking for an opening into the world of sports media, or to just make a little extra cash, send us an email at jobs@nspn.tv. Welcome to the neighborhood.
Back here in Dundas, bottom of the 9th. Again, the draftee from Buffalo came in last inning. He's going to face again 9-1-2 in the Bird Island order. Bird Island has never led the game. Loretto is up 1-0. Bird Island tied it at 1 in the 4th. Corey Koski solo home run put Loretto up 2-1 in the 7th, but Bird Island just tied it up in the bottom of the 8th. It's a 2-2 game. So Loretto looking for extra innings. The Bullfrogs of Bird Island trying to walk this one off. So Jared Detman, the DH. Then Braden Turksteig and Trent Athman. 9-1-2 due out for Bird Island. Detman walked in the 2nd. Grounded out to the pitcher in the 5th. Grounded out to the second baseman in the 7th. So again, his first time seeing the drafty Newman. That's up high, just missed. Peel that he went? No. The Lark fans wanted that. One thing about amateur baseball, fans are very passionate about their team. 1-0 pitch. That's a swing and a miss. It's 1-1. Santi won an extra innings in game 1 by a run. Webster won in game 2 by a run. 1-1 pitch. That's down low. That's 2-1. Peter Twitey, pitcher for Webster. Get a Webster team. It's a story that I follow closely. First ever trip to the state tournament. They're back for Labor Day weekend. 2-1 pitch coming. And that's it, foul. It's 2-2. I always follow a lot of things on Twitter. Johnny Houston plays with the Prior Lake Mudcats of the DRS. If you're not familiar with Webster, very small town, about 20 minutes from here. See a 2-2 pitch coming. And that's hit, and over the shortstop head into left field, and the winning run is on base. Detman with a base hit to lead off the ninth. Just to finish that story, Johnny Houston tweeting that they should give a Peter Twitey the keys to the Ranchero, which is the restaurant in Webster. After Twitey on the mound has led the Webster Sox in their first ever state tournament to 2 victories in Labor Day weekend. So Braden Turksteig is 0 for 3, a couple of groundouts, a fly out, and he walked back in the 7th. We'll see if Turksteig's going to bunt. Third baseman's playing up, expecting a bunt. He is showing bunt, and he pulls back. Is charging there from third base is Keenan Hodgkin. Trying to get the winning run in the scoring position here in the bottom of the 9th. 2 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors for Loretto. 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Bird Island. Been a great pitching matchup between a couple of lefties. Showing bunt, pulls back, takes a strike. It's 1-1. Trent Athman waits on deck. Athman's been on base twice, walked and had a base hit. Newman trying to find a way to get a pop-up or get 2 strikes on Turksteig. Turksteig showing bunt once again, and he's going to bunt it foul. Well, that's what Newman wanted. It's 1-2. You know, some managers will say, you know, just allow them to bunt it. Let them give you the out. But now Newman's up 1-2, trying to get a big strikeout and keep that runner on first base. 1-2 pitch coming from Newman. Getting the winning run, Detman on first. Here in the bottom of the 9th. Checks the runner at first. And the 1-2 offering. That's up high for a ball. It's 2-2. They're going to appeal. And again, anytime the base ump, especially is standing behind the pitcher, that's really a tough call for him. Not too often do you see the base ump when he's behind the pitcher's mound appeal and call it a strike. It's almost an impossible call from that angle. So a 2-2 pitch coming from Newman. Call strike 3 on the inside corner. He strikes out Turksteig. So Turksteig not able to get down the bunt. He strikes out for out number 1. So Trent Athman, who's 1 for 3, a base hit, a ground out, walked in the 5th and struck out in the 7th. So Turksteig not able to get the job done. Winning run still remains at first base now with 1 out. And again, Athman's got one of the 6 hits for Bird Island. Showing bunt. Down low, good stop by the catcher, Gluns. Gluns able to stop that runner from going into scoring position. Again, Caleb Koski went to first. 7 2/3. Eric Newman, a draftee from Buffalo, came in relief last inning. Get a 1-0 pitch coming from Newman. That's a swing and a miss. It's 1-1. And comes over the top with a lot of velocity on that fastball. John Urley from Buffalo. Bennett Anderson from Howard Lake, the 3 draftees for Loretto. And Josh Kingery from Atwater from the Chuckers has pitched the whole way for Bird Island. 1-1 pitch coming from Newman. That's inside for a ball. It's 2-1. Other draftees for the Bullfrogs: Kobe Holtz from the Atwater Chuckers, Adam Schrader from the New London Spicer Twins. So a 2-1 pitch coming to Athman. Detman represents the winning run on first base here in the bottom of the 9th. Trying to send the Bullfrog fans home happy. And that one is popped up in the shallow right field. Second baseman Cook goes back. He'll make the catch. There's 2 outs. So Sean at Dollarshell. Last chance here in the bottom of the 9th. Dollarshell is 0 for 4. 3 ground outs and a fly out. So a leadoff base hit by Detman, but again a big strikeout of Tersteeg, who is trying to get the bunt down, just not able to. And Athman pops out to the second baseman. So Dollarshell looking for his first hit, trying to keep this bottom of the 9th alive. Newman 1 out away from forcing extras. First pitch strike, it's 0-1. Again, 2 one-run games already here in Dundas. Looks like this one could finish the same. Another one-run game. And they're still playing baseball in Faribault. 0-1 pitch, runners going, and the catcher can't handle it. Glunz able to handle it, and now that winning run is in scoring position. So Detman gets a stolen base. Dollarshell can win it with a base hit, possibly win it with a base hit. 1-1 pitch coming to Dollarshell. Last check was still Watertown 6, Cold Spring 3 in the 7th over in Faribault. So a 1-1 pitch coming. Base hit could win it. That's inside for a ball. It's 2-1. Logan Swan, the cleanup hitter. Swan is 1 for 4. He waits on deck if Dollarshell reaches without ending the game. So a 2-1 pitch coming from Eric Newman. Two-one pitch. A swing and a miss. It's 2-2. I always give draftees a lot of credit. There's pressure on your shoulders. I'm sure you know the guys from the region very well. But it's not your team, and you're asked to come in for another squad in a big spot, and that's what Eric Newman was asked to here late in this one. So a 2-2 pitch coming to Dollarshell. Winning run on second base. And swing and a miss. He strikes him out. So Dollarshell strikes out. We head to the 10th. No runs off of 1 hit. Runner left on base and no errors. We head to the 10th here in Dundas. Free baseball once again. The second extra inning game today here in Dundas. It's 2-2 on the Neighborhood Sports Network. Update in Faribault after 7. Watertown leads Cold Spring 6-4. It was a 3-0 lead Cold Spring after the half inning. Then it was tied in the bottom of the first. Watertown was up 6-3. It's now 6-4 heading to the 8th in Faribault. First pitch swing, that's hit out to center, and that's going to drop for a base hit. So the leadoff hitter, the number 8 guy, Joshua Koski, with his first hit. And the go-ahead run is on for Loretto. That'll bring up Chris Gluns, and I'm sure that Gluns, who's 1 for 3, is going to be asked to bunt. So Josh Kingery is out to start the 10th inning of work for Kingery. So Gluntz will try to move him across, or move him over, I should say. Base hit in the 3rd, float in the 5th, ground out in the 8th. Showing bunt, pulls back. It's ball 1. Flying down was Dollarshell. He's a third baseman, or Dollarshell. Well, Bird Island could not get the bunt down in the bottom of the 9th. Larks trying to be successful here. Again, third baseman Dollarshell is way up. He comes charging again. Can't get the bunt down. It's 1-1. Execute. 1-1 pitch coming. Ben Leitner, who is 0 for 2. Leadoff hitter is on deck. And I throw it over to first. I think Kingery wanted to see if he was showing bunt again on 1-1, and he was. So a 1-1 pitch coming to Glutz. Peeks over to first. 1-1 pitch. Gets the bunt down, but foul. Going to bunt it away from the third baseman again. Dollarshell comes flying in. It's 1-2. He looks down to his manager, third base coach. There's still a sign on. We'll see if he makes him bunt to the dugout. Or he lets him swing away. Runner on first. Nobody out here in the top of the 10th. It's been a good one. 1-2 pitch. He's showing bunt once again, and he fouls it. He's going to be out. And he's out. That's a strikeout. So he made him bunt to the dugout and not able to lay it down. So Gluntz is down. That goes down as strikeout number 11. It's 11 strikeouts for Kingery, and back to the top of the order. Ben Leitner, the center fielder. First pitch over for his strike. So Leitner struck out in the first, had a sacrifice fly in the 3rd that scored the first run of the game. Ground to the shortstop in the 6th, and walked back in the 8th. 0-1 pitch, it's 0-2, and again, Josh Kingery. Hats off to this young man. Again, his velocity has not wavered since the first inning, still bringing it. Starting the 10th. Checks the runner. And the 0-2 pitch. That's a little number. Third base. Got one play. Throws it across the diamond. First baseman can't handle it. The throw from the third baseman. Dollarshell brought Hebrink off the base. It's going to be an error. So runners on first and second and just one out. So an error. Again, first baseman Hebrink tried his best. Not able to hold on to it. So the go-ahead run, Joshua Koski's on second, and Bradley Koski 0 for 4, a strikeout, couple of ground outs and a line out with a base hit. Chance to put his team back on top for the 3rd time tonight. Over for a strike by Kingery. Well, up the middle, those guys, Gass at short, Turstig at second. They're looking for a double play. Dollarshell at 3rd. First baseman is Hebrink. They're looking to turn 2. 0-1 pitch, that's a strike, it's 0-2. So Bradley Koski behind 0-2. Yeah, everybody in the lineup for Loretto has struck out at least once. Against Kingery, who's got 11 punch-outs. 0-2 pitch, that's swung on and missed with a fastball, blew it by Koski for a big out number 2, strikeout number 12. And Keenan Hotchkin, who's 1 for 3, struck out back in the 1st, flew out to center in the 4th, and a double in the 6th, was stranded at second, and popped out to the second baseman back in the 8th. So Bird Island, they had a runner on second. Base hit could have won the game. Loretto with a chance of the base hit could take the lead here in the 10th. And he comes, good way to start him. After peppering Bradley Koski with fastballs and off-speed pitch to Hotchkin. 0-1 pitch. That's over for a strike. It's 0-2. Loretto fans, I think, thought that was low. Count strike. It's 0-2. 2 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors for Loretto. 2 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for Bird Island. And an 0-2 pitch coming. Foul straight back. Kingery looking for his 12th punch out. If you're looking ahead to the bottom of the 9th, 4, 5, and 6 due up for Bird Island. Or I shouldn't say the 9th, the 10th. We're in extra innings, free baseball here in Dundas. 0-2. That one is hit out to center. Center fielder, that's Athman. He's going to make the catch, and the inning is over. Hodgkin hit it hard, but right at the center fielder. So Loretto threatens but does not score. No runs off of 1 hit, 2 runners left on base, and 1 Bird Island error. Loretto has now left 7 base runners on the base path. We head to the bottom of the 10th here in Dundas. We're not ready to end baseball for the weekend here at Memorial Field in Dundas. It's a 2-2 game on the Neighborhood Sports Network.
Fast and flexible care. Count on the urgency room for expert medical care when you need it most. Visit us in person. Broken bone, chest pain? We're in Eagan, Vadnais Heights, or Woodbury. Online care. Sinus infection? Strep throat? We offer easy online care. Major to minor, we can provide the level of care you need. Visit urgencyroom.com. Mobile check-in now available.
Star Tribune covers high school sports as passionately as you live them. Don't miss a beat on the games you love. Check out Star Tribune all day, every day for the latest prep news, scores, and so much more.
Bottom of the 10th. And Eric Newman from Buffalo came in relief back in the 8th. He left the winning run on second base in the bottom of the 9th. And again, he'll face 4, 5, and 6. Logan Swam, Tyler Hebrink, and Aiden Elfering, excuse me. So Logan Swan will step in. It's been a fun weekend of baseball between the Neighborhood Sports Network and calling games on the radio. This is game number 6 for me this weekend. So Logan Swan steps in. Swan is 1 for 4. First time facing Newman. That's over for a strike. It's 0-1. Swan flew out to right back in the first, struck out in the third, reached on the air in the 6th, had a base hit in the 8th, stole second and scored on a 2-out base hit by Elfering to tie things up at 2, and that's where we sit. That's down low for a ball. It's 1-1. After Elfering hit that base hit, that's when Koski was pulled. And again, Newman, he has struck out 3 in an inning and a third. 1-1 pitch to Swan. That's up high for a ball. It's 2-1. Bird Island just looking to get that winning run on the base paths once again. And Dundas not ready to turn off the lights for weekend number 2. So really good baseball all weekend, especially today. 2-1 pitch coming from Newman to the leadoff guy here in the 10th. That's a swing and a miss. It's 2-2. That over the top uses the entire body. Get as much arm strength as possible. Bringing a lot of velocity. 2-2 pitch coming. Again, the Swan. Count strike 3 on the inside corner. So Swan strikes out. That's the 4th strikeout for Newman in relief. And Tyler Hebrink, the first baseman. Hebrink is 1 for 4, had a base hit back in the 2nd. He was stranded at 3rd, reached on an error in the 4th, scored the first run for Bird Island on a sacrifice fly. Fielder's choice in the 6th, grounded out back in the 8th. Bird Island trying to get a base runner on here in the bottom of the 10th inning. That's up high. It's 1-0. One-0 pitch coming to Hebrink. That's down low for a ball. It's 2-0. Okay, join us next weekend for more coverage on the Neighborhood Sports Network. Very affordable monthly fee and yearly annual fee. It comes down to like $2, a little over $2 a month for all the services that the Neighborhood Sports Network has to offer. 2-0 pitch. That one is skied out to center. Center fielder. That's Leitner coming on. He'll make the catch for out number 2. So we're 1 out away from more free baseball here in Dundas. Aiden Elfering. He's 2 for 4. Base hit in the second, base hit in the 8th. That scored a run. He's got a fly out and a pop-up. We do know one swing of the bat here in the bottom of the 10th could end this game. But Newman has done his job in relief. Newman's walked 1. He's given up a base hit, but he struck out 4. And 2 innings of work, and there goes the baseball bat over the dugout. A little more pine tar or something to grip the bat there for Elfering. You know, it's not like Major League Baseball where they'd hand him another bat. He says, I need that one back. It's getting off the top of the third base dugout and over the tent where they're serving cheese curds. They take a look at the bat to make sure it's okay. Yeah, I can throw some pine tar out there, make sure he's got a better grip on that baseball bat. Well, thank goodness no one was sitting above the dugout. There's no seats there. He's going to take his time, make sure he's got enough pine tar on there as possible. So an 0-1 pitch coming to Elfering. And he's got 2 hits, 2 of the 6 hits. He's trying to get himself on here in the bottom half of the 10th. 0-1 pitch from Newman. That's 0-2. Newman trying to give his team a chance in the 11th. Again, it's single elimination in the Class C Amateur Baseball Tournament. We started the weekend with 32. I think right now officially we're at 20 teams left. That one's fouled. Take that back, 18. 18 teams left. We'll lose 2 more. 1 here and 1 in Faribault and be down to the Sweet 16 for next weekend. So an 0-2 pitch coming here to Elfering. Nobody on, 2 outs, bottom half of the 10th. Newman gets set. And the 0-2 pitch. Did he go? They're going to appeal. No, first base umpire says he did not go. It's 1-2. Yeah, I wonder if they packed up food for the night or if they're still serving the walking tacos and the nachos. Again, Faribault's got great food. They got wings, cheese curds. Of course, everybody's got hamburgers. Every once in a while, you'll see the smoke from the grill come across your computer screen, TV screen, however you're watching us. That's up high. It's 2-2. So a 2-2 pitch coming, 2 outs, nobody on. Again, Bird Island trying to get a base runner on here in the bottom half of the 10th. Two pitch from Newman. Count strike 3. Newman has struck out 5 in 2 1/3 innings of relief. And Bird Island goes down in order. 3 up, 3 down. More baseball coming your way. We head to the 11th here in Class C State Amateur Baseball on the Neighborhood Sports Network. top of the 11th here in Dundas. Yep, we're in the 11th inning. Aaron Worm with you here on the Neighborhood Sports Network. And he's still out there. Josh Kingery, the draftee from Atwater, is out there for inning number 11. First pitch is strike. That one outside to Tyler Maher. 4, 5, and 6 for Loretto. Maher is 1 for 4. 1-1 pitch. Little number. Back to Kingery. Underhand toss over to the first baseman. Hebrink, and quickly one down here in the 11th. Well, we joked about this earlier that no rain's going to come until probably the 10 o'clock hour. There is a tornado watch in effect for Rice County. That includes Dundas, Faribault, Lonsdale, some of the towns in Rice County. And we still have plenty of time before the 10 o'clock hour. Corey Koski, 1 for 4, solo home run back in the 7th. Fouls that one straight back. It's 0-1. I don't have any stats on Loretto. Not sure what Koski's got for home runs this season. He's flown out twice, struck out in the 4th. That one is skied out to left. Left fielder coming on, that's Swan. Swan's going to make the catch, and quickly 2 down here in the 11th. Well, peeking ahead to the bottom of the 11th, bottom of the order, is due up 7, 8, and 9. Gass, Walton, and Detman due up for Bird Island. So Ken Cook trying to get something going. He's 1 for 4, 2 ground outs, a strikeout, and a base hit back in the 9th. A 2-out base hit. Trying to do the same here. And Kingery would have been a balk, but there's nobody on the base path. Again, he's been pitching a lot. He's in his 11th inning of work. A lot of draftees never see the mound when they get drafted. And Josh Kingery. Bird Island says go to work. 0-1 pitch. That's inside for a ball. It's 1-1. Again, Caleb Koski started for Loretto. And the draftee from Buffalo, Eric Newman, in relief back in the 8th. 1-1 pitch coming from Kingery. That's a swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Watertown still leads Cold Spring 6-4 that game in the 8th inning over in Faribault. 1-2 pitch. That's up high for a ball. It's 2-2. Loretto just trying to get that go-ahead run on. They had runners on first and second last inning. Could not score. 2-2 pitch up high, and it's 3-2. Nathan Maher, the left fielder. He's 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, waits on deck. 3-2 pitch. That's ball 4. So the go-ahead run is on for Loretto. So Nathan Maher, who's had his struggles against the lefty Kingery. Got hit by a pitch in the 5th. Again, 3 strikeouts, 12 total for Kingery in the game. So Maher is due if you're a Larks fan. That's hit the other way. It just went foul. Good aim. Third baseman Dollarshell playing well off the line. Good thinking there by Nathan Maher. But it just went foul. Keep an eye on Cook. We'll see if they put him in motion and all. They're still retrieving that baseball down the left field corner. 0-1 pitch coming to Maher. Oh, almost over the head. And a duck down was Maher. That's 1-1. I don't have a pitch count on Kingery. We'll see if we can get one. But again, he's in his 11th inning of work. The only guy to throw for Bird Island. 1-1 pitch. That's inside. Got a bounce away from the catcher. Gets away from Elfering. And moving up to second base is Cook on the wild pitch. And just like that, a base hit. Could put the Larks back on top here in the 11th. So a 2-1 pitch. Again, a 2-out walk. Wild pitch to second. Now Maher ahead in the count at 2-1. 2-1 pitch. That one's hit left side. Throw over, and they just get a nice job by the shortstop, Gass. Gass on the run, throws them out, and the inning is over. So a 2-out walk is stranded at second base. No runs off of no hits. 1 are left on base and no errors. We go to the bottom of the 11th. Bullfrogs With their third chance to try to walk it off, Loretto will try to force a 12th inning. 2-2, Larks and the Bullfrogs on the Neighborhood Sports Network.
You should feel good about where you and your money are headed. We can help you build a better relationship with your money, starting with our free Simply Better checking account. When you open an account, you'll also receive a free gift. Get started today. Think Bank. Meet your money.
Bottom of the 11th. Went over to the other side of the press box here in Dundas. It's a huge press box. The number I got from over there is Josh Kingery has thrown 156 pitches through 11 innings. And I still see nobody warming up for Bird Island. Caleb Koski at 105 pitches. Before again, Newman came in relief back in the 8th. He's been very tough. He's going to face 7, 8, and 9. Gas is 0 for 2. Grounded a strikeout. Walked a sacrifice fly back in the 4th. Yet we're in the bottom of the 11th here in Dundas. 2 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors for the Larks. 2 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for the Bullfrogs. First pitch up high for a ball. Walton and then Detman. Bottom of the order trying to get Bird Island onto the round of 16. Detman trying to force another inning here in Dundas. 1-0 pitch. That's it foul. It's 1-1. Corey Koski for Loretto sitting just outside the dugout. And he's DHing. So a 1-1 pitch coming to Gas. Get hats off to a Newman. He has been tough from Buffalo. That's a little roller foul. It's 1-2. So again, 14 spots already taken for the Class C Amateur Baseball Tournament for next week. Matchups we know for sure. Dumont's going to take on Stark. They're going to kick things off Friday night, 7:30 here in Dundas. That'll be your first game of next weekend. 1-2 pitch coming from Newman. That is down low for a ball. It's 2-2. Buckman will take on Waconia. Waconia held off Fergus Falls. Waconia was up 7-0 and 9-3. They beat the Hurricanes 9-8. So Waconia gets Buckman Saturday, 1:30 here in Dundas. So a 2-2 pitch, leadoff hitter here in the 11th, and that's hit the opposite way. That's a base hit. So a good piece of hitting by Gas. And Gas, a big turnaround first, going to hustle back to second. So the winning run is on here in the 11th inning. And we'll see if Zeke Walton's asked to bunt. Walton's 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. Each team has had the opportunity to bunt, and both teams have failed on their attempts in this game. Buckman will take on Waconia Saturday, 1:30 here in Dundas. Isanti will take on Delano, 1:30 Saturday in Faribault. Avon against St. Patrick's, Saturday, 4:30 in Dundas. Nisswa against New Ulm, 4:30 Saturday in Faribault. And Jordan against Bluffton, 11 a.m. in Dundas on Saturday. He's not bunting, he's swinging away and fouls it off. Right side, that surprises me. And he looks down to his manager. There's no sign given, so they're going to let him swing away. Gas with a runner on first. Our Gas is the runner on first and nobody out. 0-1 pitch coming from Newman. Again, no sign was given, so I assume he's not bunting. He's not, and that's in the dirt. He gets away from the catcher. He did go, and it's 0-2. So Walton, who has struck out twice against Koski, struck out once against Newman. Again, Newman came in with 2 outs back in the 8th. And Newman has struck out 5 so far in relief. Looking for a big strikeout here. Walton trying to find a way to move that runner from first to second. 0-2 pitch. That's down low. It's 1-2. So a 1-2 pitch coming from Newman. Checks the runner at first. And the 1-2 pitch. That's fouled straight back. Yeah, Bird Island went 1-2-3 last inning. Had the leadoff guy back on in the 9th. Looking for a walk-off winner there. Got on the second. Could not get the big hit. Newman looking for a strikeout or trying to roll him over for a double play ball. Walton just trying to get that runner. Gas from first to second. Again, not showing any sign of a bunt in this at bat. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Newman with a big strikeout. And that is strikeout number 6 for Newman. In 3+ innings of work, Newman with a big strikeout. So Jared Detman. Detman is 1 for 3. Walked back in the 2nd. Ground to the pitcher in the 5th. Grounded out to the second baseman in the 7th. And a base hit in the 9th. That's a swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Get some great pitching here in the nightcap, the last game in Dundas. Single elimination tournament. One of these teams coming back for Labor Day weekend. Other team will count as summer when it comes to amateur baseball. 0-1 pitch from Newman. Showing bunt. Third baseman comes up, pulls it back, and it's 1-1. Staring down the third baseline is Hodgkin. As the wind starts to pick up a little bit here in Dundas, blowing from left to right. It's always a sign that you gotta pull up that radar. Take a look at the radar picture. It's a final over in Faribault. Watertown 6, Cold Spring 4. 1-1 pitch. That's hit the opposite way. If it's fair, it's trouble, but hooking foul. And it's 1-2. So we're at the last game of the night. We looked like we were going to finish ahead of Faribault, but thanks to extra innings, we're still here. 75 degrees in Dundas. Again, a tornado watch in effect until midnight tonight. So a 1-2 pitch coming. Yeah, right now no rain in the vicinity. That's the good news. That's a count, strike 3. Newman strikes out Detman for out number 2. So back-to-back strikeouts. And Newman, he has now pitched 3 innings. That is strikeout number 7 for Newman. So Braden Tersteeg, who is 0 for 4, the leadoff hitter. Again, Gas with a base hit to lead off the inning. And back-to-back strikeouts, he still sits there. That's over for a strike. Yeah, looking at the radar picture. Okay, I still think we have plenty of time for any kind of storms come. 0-1 pitch coming from Newman. That's over for a strike. It's 0-2. Now the future cast is showing everything kind of staying to the north of us. Future cast is correct. We're not going to see any rain here in Dundas. At least through about 10:45. So an 0-2 pitch coming. That's down low for a ball. Runner thought for a second to go from first. Gasted. He'll stay right there. It's 1-2. 2-2 game. We're in the bottom of the 11th. Loretto trying to force a 12th inning. Bird Island looking for a walk-off winner. Big gap out there in right center. If Tersteeg can find some in the outside corner and go that way. 1-2 pitch from Newman. Checks to runner. That one is popped up on the infield, and we should see the 12th inning. Second baseman underneath it. That's Cook. And Bird Island is retired. So a leadoff Base hit by Gas. A strikeout, a strikeout, and a pop-up. And we head to the 12th. No runs off of one hit. Runner left on base. And no Loretto errors. That's 10 runners left on base through 11 innings. More free baseball here on the Neighborhood Sports Network. Don't go anywhere. We head to the 12th. So we mentioned Watertown with that 6-4 win against Cold Spring. They're going to get the Webster Sox, the Cinderella Sox, in the round of 16. In this one, Kingery's back out there to start the 12th inning. He has pitched the entire way, the drafty from Atwater. And it's 1-1 to Joshua Koski. 8-9-1 for Loretta. Koski, Gluntz, and Leitner. And it's 1-2. 12 strikeouts for Kingery. 1-2 pitch coming. Just missed on the outside corner. It's 2-2. A game for Webster. That's going to be in Faribault on Friday night. That should be a big crowd. Webster in Watertown. 7:30 start. 2-2 pitch. That's a call, strike three. Gets away from the catcher. Toss it down the first. And Koski goes down on strikes. That's strikeout number 13 for Josh Kingery. And he started the inning with 156 pitches. So Chris Gluntz, who's 0 for 4, a base hit in the third. Fly out, a ground out, and a strikeout. Trying to get something going. There's a swing and a miss. It's 0-1. We're in the 12th. I don't think we've had a game go longer than 12 innings here in this opening weekend. 0-1 pitch. That's hit left side. Shortstop scoops it up. Got to hustle it over. There's Gas. Over to first. Gas over to Hebrink. 6-3 put on, and quickly 2 down here in the 12th. Looking ahead to the Bird Island bomb of the 12th. 2, 3, and 4. Heart of the order. And I'm assuming the drafty Newman will continue to throw. So Ben Leitner, the leadoff guy. Leitner is 0 for 3. Had a sacrifice fly back in the third to score the first run. That seems like forever ago. First pitch of ball. No matter how this turns out, Josh Kingery, they gave a player of the game. Kingery, he's my player of the game. As a drafty, doing what he's been asked to do. 1-1 pitch is inside for a ball. It's 2-1. Getting a sacrifice fly back in the third, and a home run to Corey Koski, the only damage. 2-1 pitch is down low, and it's 3-1. So Loretto trying to get a base runner here in the 12th inning. Bradley Koski waits on deck. He's 0 for 5. 3-1 pitch. That's hit left side. This should end the inning. Scooped up by Gas. Cross the diamond. It goes over the first baseman's head, but takes a good ricochet for Bird Island. Over the head of Hebrink. So it's going to be an error on Gas to shortstop. So hold everything. Should have been the end of the inning. But Loretto's got a base runner with 2 outs. So Bradley Koski, who's 0 for 5. Couple of strikeouts, couple of ground outs, and a line out. So we'll see if they put Leitner in motion. I'm assuming as a leadoff hitter, he's probably got some pretty good speed. He's off on the first pitch. Throw down to second. Leitner's going to be out. That's a perfect throw. A frozen rope by Elfering. One hopper, bang, bang. They get Bradley Koski, and the inning is over. He got a good jump, but a perfect throw by the catcher, Aiden Elfering. And the inning is over. No runs off of no hits. Runner left on base and one Bird Island error. We head to the bottom of the 12th. Oh, this has been fun. Loretto 2, Bird Island 2. We're back in a moment on the Neighborhood Sports Network.
Fast and flexible care. Count on the urgency room for expert medical care when you need it most. Visit us in person. Broken bone, chest pain? We're in Eagan, Vadnais Heights, or Woodbury. Online care. Sinus infection? Strep throat? We offer easy online care. Major to minor, we can provide the level of care you need. Visit urgencyroom.com. Mobile check-in now available.
We're in the bottom of the 12th. Aaron Worm with you on the Neighborhood Sports Network. 2 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors for Loretto. 2 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors for Bird Island. And once again, the draftee from Buffalo back out there, Eric Newman. And Newman has thrown 3 1/3 innings. In that 3 1/3 in relief, he has struck out 7. So Trent Athman, number 2 hitter, Athman, Dollarshell, and Swan to face for the second time again the draftee from Buffalo. Caleb Koski started. Newman in relief. Showing bunt. It's a perfect bunt. Third baseman. Now it's picked up by Newman, and he's going to throw it over the first baseman's head, and he's not able to go anywhere. Right fielder Maher gets to it. Newman should have put that one in his pocket. That was a perfect bunt. The third baseman, Hodgkin, could not get to it, and Newman threw it over the head of his first baseman, Koski. But it took a lucky Loretto bounce. That's going to be a base hit. Good thinking by Athman on the bunt base hit. So for the third time in the last 4 innings, the leadoff runner is on for Bird Island. All 3 times representing the winning run. And now Sean Dollarshell. He's 0 for 4. You never know when it goes over the first baseman's head what kind of ricochet you're going to get. And that was a good ricochet for Loretto. Third baseman is playing up. Hodgkin looking for the bunt. He's showing